Perfect. It's just not coming out.
Go back there real quick.
Are you doing that through OBS or just Restream?
OBS.
You may have to restart OBS. Sometimes that may have to be the thing, because that's what happened when I had the audio for you guys' video. For some reason, it wasn't going through. But then I reopened it later on, and it was coming through.
Are you hearing us?
Are you on another? Are you using a separate monitor? Or
Hold on, she can hear us now.
She can hear us. She can hear us now.
Okay.
OBS was just tripping.
Okay.
What?
All right, appreciate it, man.
No problem.
I'm not very loud.
Use that template that I set up for you guys.
All right.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. Have a good show.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, so... Oh, can you grab that mouse?
Yeah. Okay.
I'm very loud. What's
No,
she
this is
talking
Twitter.
about?
This is Twitter.
Oh. Okay.
And people stuck around. I fuck with y'all. All right, let me turn it back.
All right. Everybody, we are back. We are up and running. Hey, that's what trial and error comes with, trying some new stuff. So good thing is we are up and going. Thank you guys for sticking around. Please share the live. I understand that some people bounce out if they see a bunch of technical issues. So please share the live for me so that we can get those people back in here.
Tag Red Bull so they can sponsor me.
Tag Red Bull. You heard it here. Tag Red Bull. Get those people back in here so we can have some fun tonight. So, what is first on the docket?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to
You can't be
disrespect
that
you
loud.
like that.
You can't be that loud, by the way.
Wow, dude, that was real disrespectful.
Hold on,
It
I
was
got you.
disrespectful.
So, what's first on the docket?
On the docket.
Stop it.
First thing we have on the docket today is, how do you feel about the word or the act of being a simp?
Simp.
A simp. All right, so
Hold on. Let's let
Define.
JD talk first, since
So
he in the single world or the dating world.
you're basically most likely to be a simp.
No, you can be a simp in a relationship.
Can you?
Yes.
Okay.
So let's say if your European queen
Why does
decides,
it have to? Hold on.
I'm putting the ball in your court.
Oh, okay.
So let's say your European queen decided to make an OnlyFans. You was not for it. You was 100% against it, and she made it anyway. And you decided to stay with her. At that point, you're a simp.
Really?
Yes,
How so?
because now you're one. Let's assume that the content is sexual. She's showing naked pictures and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Now, at that point, your woman is willingly showing herself to the world. You told her no. You were not with that. You did not want her to do it, and she did it anyway. You deciding to stay with her,
That's what a simp is?
yeah, that's simping. That's a part of simping.
I thought simping was like the friend zone multiplied by like 10. Have y'all ever heard of simping? I mean, I feel like you had to, but what do you define as a simp? Because I'm sort of new to the word. I mean, I see the word, and I know it's derogatory, and I know it's a reference to dudes feeling some type of way about girls, but I don't know what it actually means. Dio?
I've never been a simp, so I don't know what to tell you. You feel
You
me?
have.
I have not.
You have. Harley Quinn. That's a simp moment.
Okay, he's not
That's
wrong.
a simp moment. That was a simp moment.
Bro, you want to know what? Let's let Urban Dictionary. A man puts himself in a subservient, submissive position under women in hopes of winning them over, without the female bringing anything to the table.
So you know that dude on Facebook who always pretty much dogging men, trying to uplift women and all that, but he dogs men at the same time. He's a simp. If you decide to dog, like say for instance, me and KJ wanted to get the same girl, and I started dogging him to get that girl, I'm a simp.
Tune up still blocked.
I am now a simp at that moment.
Based on that definition, that don't sound like what a simp is.
That's a simp, dog. Definitions evolve.
What?
Urban Dictionary just behind on the terms, because it is Urban Dictionary.
No, that sounds like a snake. That's not a simp.
It's simping.
How?
Yeah, he's a snake. You can be a simp and a snake. And at that point, that's bullshit. At that point, you're a snake, and because you're simping at that point.
I don't know, bro. A simp sounds like a dude who's trying to get a girl, and
So give us a scenario.
okay, so let's take the friend zone. So a guy really likes a girl. She knows he likes him. he's trying to get with her, so he literally does whatever she wants. He's giving her rides home, taking her out to eat, even though
So
she's
being at her beck and call.
being at her beck, an on-call, non-booty call. A no-booty on-call.
So you on her time,
Yeah,
and you ain't get nothing in return.
nothing. I mean, and she ain't got to give up no buns. We're not talking about booty, but, like, she knows how you feel about her. And she knows she's kind of leading him on. But at the same time, it's not even about her. It's about him. So, really, it's him taking his feelings into account and not even thinking about if she does she actually like me or not.
Gotcha.
I like her a lot, and I'm going to do whatever it takes.
Bet.
If she tells me to jump, I'm going to say, how high?
So y'all tell me, y'all tell us what y'all decide. What do y'all determine
A simp is a sucker, Chris. A simp is a sucker. I mean, that's borderline what it is. I mean, you talking about the no booty on call?
No. Sorry. No, is that what they said?
Yeah.
No booty on call.
I mean, honestly, a simp is a 2020 sucker, if we being honest, if we're just going to describe it that way. But I think
It's 2 a.m. Can you
being in the friend zone is already a problem, as we know.
So we didn't really need the word simp to describe a lower class of man, basically.
Yeah, we did.
beta.
Because friend zone was the worst.
But simp is worse than a friend zone.
But we didn't
Friend
need
zone-
that.
You can be in the friend zone and still be an alpha. That's okay. That happens. A beta,
Ain't nobody finna put me in a friend zone and I'm an alpha.
I mean, it just happened. She didn't want to be in a relationship with you.
Kamaria,
Yeah.
yes. It's a man that lets the woman be the man. Basically. If we're going to put it in simplistic
So a
terms.
beta ass nigga.
Hold on, bro. A beta male
Beta
does
does not mean you a simp.
If an alpha...
I don't see
if
any
it-
situation where a beta isn't simping. though.
If an alpha male believes his actions are going to win this person, he can still be an alpha male.
No, because an alpha will understand.
But a beta male is not. A beta male is not a man that just lets a woman do everything, ever. Like a beta male would be. An alpha male is he pays all the bills. He's at blah blah blah. That just a beta male just is reverse. A beta male is just a male who is more comfortable being at home.
But you
rather
can
than-
But more comfortable? A beta male is somebody who can't make decisions by himself.
That don't make you a simp though. A simp is a dude who is.
yeah, that's different. So
Yeah,
that's why I was
so you
disagreeing
can't
with him.
you can't say beta male.
I don't
Simp
know.
is letting women have all the control just so he can get/keep the girl.
All right.
An alpha male can sometimes do simp activity, not knowing that it's simp activity. He thinks he's taking charge when he's really not getting anything in return.
I feel like an alpha though would. At
Okay,
some
we're not
point
talking
realize
about
that.
an alpha. We're talking about an alpha male.
That's what an alpha male. Damn it. You know what I'm
We're not talking about you.
You know what I'm talking about.
We
I
ain't-
feel like an alpha male at some point that would click in their mind. I feel like they would know at some point. Like,
Well, maybe at
I feel
some
like they
point,
would
but he
stop.
still started simping at the beginning.
I feel like simping is when it's prolonged.
A simp is like the nerdy dude. A beta male is okay as long as he is the alpha in the relationship. How does a beta male become the alpha in the relationship?
That's a good question.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out.
A simp is like a nerdy dude that's like sending a cute girl good morning text every day and double texting, hey, what you doing? And, oh, man, you look super beautiful today.
A sap.
And a
Fucking
sap.
sap.
Or she comes to him to complain about other people, and he's like, you deserve better than
You are
this,
constantly
and
the shoulder to cry on.
let me go get you some flowers to heal that wound. We used to call it sucker struck. Sprung.
Chris said that?
Yeah.
That sounds like
You
some shit
know
he
he
would
said
say.
it because that's what our old man says. An experienced male.
So you just gonna retract that real quick?
An experienced gentleman. Not an old man.
And if y'all could share this live, it'd be greatly appreciated.
Share this live. Will, I need you to elaborate a little bit, though, on how a beta male can be an alpha. Because, again, just based on how I thought about what a beta male was, which was somebody that can basically not operate on their own, I feel like that would be difficult for that person to be an alpha.
Kamaria said, "No, a man shouldn't be a simp. That's not a stable relationship. The man is the head. The woman has authority for sure, and they can." Damn, another comment came.
Oh, okay.
the man is the head. The woman has authority for sure, and they can work together to make decisions. Just letting the woman call all the
all the shots and treat you lesser.
It wasn't showing the
because
whole
simps
thing.
are usually treated bad. It's
made me
a weak
click
move.
more.
It is a weak move.
Yeah.
But sometimes people feel that's what they need to do to get the girl, even if it's unattainable.
Hey, Monty.
Will said a beta male is usually a follower, but every man should be the leader of his home. That's what he means. Nah, a beta male can't do that.
Nah.
Yeah, no, I don't think a beta male can do
That
that.
ain't how that works.
I mean, every man should be. So yes, I mean, what he's saying is, if a beta male ends up in a relationship, a man, he's saying he should be the leader. The beta male is gonna have a relationship, so he's saying that beta male should somehow become the alpha, which I don't see.
But if you've been a beta for so long, how do you just up and become an alpha? Like, how do you go through that metamorphosis? Like, how do you just?
I mean, that's not something that happens though. You're either alpha
It's
male
either or. I
beta.
don't see a beta ever becoming an
Kamaria
alpha.
said he doesn't need that girl then. Simping is still pimping. How? See, Ryan, you sound like you want a simp. That's why you saying that. You complimenting simps because you want a simp. You want somebody at your beck and call.
Not at all. Don't try to play me pussy. Don't try to play me pussy. I already know. We here. Don't try to play me pussy.
I'm just saying why she said simping
Hey, Ebony.
is still pimping.
So, Kamaria, do you think then if a male is a beta male, then do you think that he needs a woman that's less beta than him?
More beta.
More beta, yes. That's more beta than him. And also, is that even possible?
Gamma? We need a gamma. A beta male needs a gamma woman. Basically, she just got to be below on the Greek chart. I think it's just so funny whenever you see like dudes that just do whatever. I mean, they be going out of their way for somebody. Like,
so let's say they do all of this. They finally get the cheeks or whatever they was trying to get.
Not the cheeks.
Does that get?
Ryan said she got a simp. Ryan said she got a simp.
Who the fuck is the simp? I'm trying to find out who the simp.
Ryan said she got a simp.
Who's the simp? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Hey.
You saw the emoji. Will said alpha male is in the world of men. When it comes to the women, it should be a different league. Kamaria said he needs to learn to be an alpha. So that's a curious. Okay, so then my question for that is, how does he learn? Does he learn? Can the woman teach him how to be an alpha? And I think
if it's a beta male, then I feel like yes, a woman can help. Because a beta male isn't gonna learn how to be an alpha by himself.
But if she teaches him, is he still an alpha? Grow some balls, nigga. That's what they're for. I'm gonna need. You wanna know what? That's true. Because what's gonna happen is if Kamaria had a beta male, she would literally be like, bro, get it together. I think one of my best friends is a simp. Truth be heard. You gonna bust him out on live? Go ahead and tag him if you need to.
Hey, let's tell him to come to Bishop JD. We can get you right.
Will, go ahead and tag him in this live. It's okay.
Refer him to Nigga-lations.
That's true.
Refer him to Nigga-lations.
We'll leave it at this.
Solved.
Simping ain't pimping.
Simping ain't pimping.
Unless you Ryan, who has a simp.
Who has a simp? Tag him.
Hey, Ryan, tag the simp.
Tag the simp.
Ryan, tag the simp.
Tag the simp,
Ryan. Don't do that.
Tag the simp.
Don't do
tag
that.
the simp, Ryan.
Matter of fact, if anybody got a simp in their friends list right now, tag them.
So I can refer them to Nigga-lations.
Tag the simp.
Hashtag tag the simp.
Hashtag tag the simp.
I like that.
I'm about to put it in the comments. Hashtag tag the simp.
I like that.
Hey, I need that to be trending. Hashtag tag the simp. I need y'all to comment that in there for me. We need to make that go. What's next on the docket while we waiting for the simps to be tagged?
The next thing we have on the docket here, which is something I wanted to ask you guys personally, how do you think, or what do you think we should do to celebrate Juneteenth? Or, vice versa, do you think that we should be celebrating Juneteenth rather than the 4th of July?
I didn't know that was on the docket.
It wasn't on the docket.
It is on the docket. Obviously, it is on the docket because I'm docket master.
Aphrodite, I need y'all to put hashtag tag the simp in these comments.
So, to answer your question though,
Aphrodite, tag him. Don't just kid, tag him.
I've never celebrated Juneteenth, but I'm all for it. At the same time, like I definitely 100% understand why it needs to be celebrated over July 4th. Well, I never celebrated 4th of July anyway, because fuck all of that. But
Ryan,
I
go
would
ahead and put him.
Yeah, tag him.
Go ahead and put him on blast.
Hashtag tag the simp. But no, I definitely understand. I definitely 100% agree with celebrating Juneteenth. It's part of who we are.
So do you think that we should celebrate Juneteenth rather than
JD
July
knows
4th?
him well. Tag
As-
the simp.
As
Will.
He
As black-
interested in seeing the simp tag.
I'm trying to see, but as black men, yes. As black people, yes, we should. If other people decide
Come on
to,
here.
if other people decide to, yes, sure, great. But I definitely think we should celebrate Juneteenth over 4th of July. Anyway.
It's funny.
What do you think, KJ?
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I think part of it is because I didn't learn much about Juneteenth. I know my entire life before I got to college and like started living on my own. I never even heard of it.
I didn't know Juneteenth until I came to college.
Really?
I didn't know about Juneteenth until
I mean,
until
I
came.
still don't really know much of what it is. I mean, I know exactly what it is, and
But-
I mean,
I feel I'm asking, do you think now with everything that's going on that we as black people should take the time to celebrate the holidays that we should have been celebrating this whole time? Holidays
Yes.
that wasn't told to us, holidays that were hidden through history because of, systematic racism and shit like that. Do you
Hey,
think
Ken.
now
Yes.
in your life you should be taking the time to not celebrate June 4th and to be celebrating
100%.
Oh.
100%. Yes.
I think I know who it is. Will.
Even out of if we out of a personal aspect, it's a part of who we are. That gives you some type of pride. It should, at least. Even if you want to look at it from a financial standpoint and want to try to fight the systematic racism towards us, I 100% believe that if you fuck with America's pockets, then America will listen. 4th of July is actually one of the biggest holidays for America itself. So if we started celebrating
I think
Juneteenth,
I think now we definitely should be celebrating Juneteenth.
if we started celebrating
outside of
Juneteenth,
July.
Kamaria said she didn't hear about it till ATL either.
Okay, so most of us did not hear about it until right about now or in the
In our
last
20s.
couple years. Just because you didn't know about it, don't you think that we should be celebrating it now?
yeah, it's one of those it's what I'll keep the same energy. If we're gonna I'm all for the protests, right? Do what you feel you need to do. But now that we all know what Juneteenth is, and now that we all know we want to actually be serious about our movement, making Black lives actually matter, Juneteenth should be at the forefront of all of that. I feel like you can't do everything and then not continue that once everything starts to quote unquote die down.
Chris had to bring out the little bit of a history lesson. He said the real holiday would be the 1st of January, the Emancipation Proclamation, but it took till Juneteenth for all the slaves to be fully free.
Well, that's why it should be Juneteenth and not the Emancipation Proclamation.
Bryant learned about it.
The thing got put in, the Emancipation Proclamation, whatever. I can't say that shit.
Emancipation Proclamation.
Thank you. But why celebrate that day if we didn't actually get free until Juneteenth?
Right.
Or June 19th.
Brian said my white family told me about it when I was like 12. I'm glad they told you. Because, again, I never heard of it. I remember seeing it, somebody posted on the wall Juneteenth, and I'm like, what is that? I definitely think it should be celebrated. I guess, how do you celebrate it?
That's the good.
Because, what do you do?
I know
Have a
I'll be
cookout?
celebrating it this year.
I feel like
I celebrated it last year. So as soon as I learned about Juneteenth, I started celebrating it.
I feel
How do
like
you celebrate it?
celebrated the same.
When I was
4th of
celebrating
July.
it, because I was celebrating it by myself, I was watching only black made movies. I think last year I cooked out for it just for me and my girlfriend, and we watched some black movie. I can't remember, but that's how I spent it then. But that was mostly because I was doing it by myself.
Right.
Aphrodite, Juneteenth is the day that all the slaves were free. To sum it up.
I feel like we celebrated the same. Well, at least I would. In my mind, I would celebrate it the same as 4th of July. It's just on a different day because at
I
that
don't
point
think
it's a
I don't
different
think
meaning.
I'll celebrate 4th of July anymore.
What?
It doesn't feel like a holiday that 4th of July is supposed to be a holiday during America's freedom and all that great stuff, but it wasn't really free for black
Well, it
people.
wasn't necessarily America's freedom. It's the day that America became its own thing.
Yeah, but it didn't really become its own thing for us or for the people of our skin tone back then.
Kamaria says she doesn't do holidays, period, but she wasn't raised
me
that way.
too.
she's not really celebrating, but she's prideful of being black 365 days of the year. Which, again, is an interesting point because I also feel like you don't have to do these things to have pride or even to celebrate. Like, Kamaria doesn't do it, but she has pride. I don't think you have to. I think if you want to, that'd be nice. The same reason how people don't have to celebrate 4th of July, Christmas, Thanksgiving. I celebrate July 4th, but I don't really. I just light fireworks on July 4th, but I'm not walking around with my American flags yelling July 4th. I just know that's the day I'm legally allowed to light fireworks.
So you're not celebrating July 4th. You're taking advantage of it.
I'm celebrating Firework Day.
that's certified
okay,
cookout
but
day.
that's July though. That's the 4th of July. What about now? What about Juneteenth? I understand, of course you are proud to be a black man and everything, but with all that's going on in the world right now for black people, don't you think that we should be throwing our black flag up and being all great about who we are rather than always being just on social media or just in our homes?
I feel like
my question is, why do I have to do that?
Well, it's not that you have to. I feel like if you're a big holiday person and like holidays give you pride in something, then Juneteenth you should. Because why not?
I feel like you should.
Why?
I feel like you should because we as black people are always talking about how we're proud to be black and everything like that, but not now that most people are becoming educated about it now, or some people are becoming educated, we as black people should take the time to not only talk about it on social media and what's not, but actually take time to actually celebrate it. Rather than it just being some bullshit like Black History Month where don't nobody take it serious or any other black thing. Like, we should make it as serious as people take the 4th of July. It should be that important for us because it is our history and it is America's history that they keep trying to hide.
I feel like black people don't really like you said, because somebody liked your comment on Twitter. They said Happy Firework Day. That's really what that's what we really do. Like, black people don't celebrate 4th of July for Independence Day.
For 4th of July? I don't even know what the real meaning of 4th of July is.
I feel like black people, we don't. That is our day to cook out, yada, yada,
okay,
do
but
whatever.
that should be Juneteenth then. And we should take it as serious as white people some white people take the 4th of July. We should take it that serious.
Just because?
Because it's our people. It's our freedom.
Right, but I just told you I don't celebrate 4th of July. I celebrate it's legal to shoot fireworks day. It's not legal to shoot fireworks on Juneteenth. Otherwise, I would shoot fireworks on Juneteenth. I understand why do I have, and again, because you got to be careful with your words because then everybody thinks
if y'all on Twitter, if y'all could retweet this live, it'd be greatly appreciated.
Everybody thinks you're anti something if you say something. It's not about anti. It's why do I have to do, why do me and you have to do the same thing to have the same thing? So we are both proud to be black and you want to celebrate. Why do I have to do what you're doing? Why can I not be proud to myself?
I feel like right now in the society that we live in, it is important for black people as a whole to make Juneteenth and things like it just as important. Like, maybe you don't want to celebrate it, but right now I feel like until the majority of us are celebrating it and making a big deal out of it and making it public, it won't be important.
But I feel
maybe you don't got to celebrate it next year or 2 years down the line or 3 years down the line. Before a while, you should celebrate it so that it does become a 4th of July or Christmas or whatever.
But wouldn't it defeat the purpose if you do it now?
If I'm not doing it because I feel like I should be doing it.
Yeah, because now you're
that
doing
defeats
the same
the purpose.
thing for 4th of July. You're just doing it just to do it. And then if you're going to do it now just because of the movement and then stop celebrating a few years later, it defeats the purpose.
It's just going to go back to where it was if nobody's celebrating.
You have to keep that energy. You have to keep going.
I think
you can celebrate in different ways. Like,
but the thing is that it won't keep going if not enough people is doing it right now.
That's your job. That's your job as the person that wants to do it to get enough people want to do it.
So let me try to say it like this. We are starting to see some type of not necessarily great change, but a shift right now. And the only reason we started seeing that shift is because right now we've had the largest protest in American history for what is going on state by state, right? And we are seeing shift. You may not agree with it, but we're seeing some type of shift. So how are you going to make Juneteenth? I'm saying like Juneteenth, it won't become or even see a shift if not enough people are doing it to begin with. I can celebrate it, but if I'm the only one celebrating it, then no one's going to be celebrating it 10 years from now. You get what I'm saying? The numbers matter to make it important. Without the numbers, not enough people are going to know about it. We just saw in our live that 2-3 people didn't even know what Juneteenth was, or 1-2 people didn't even know what Juneteenth was. So without the number aspect of people celebrating it to begin with, I don't think that just one person celebrating it here, one person celebrating it there is going to make it as important as it should be. Right. I'm saying that the numbers matter right now because the numbers is what I believe will give it the significance and the recognition that it should have to keep it going 10 years from now.
I feel like, yes, numbers matter, but if, like me, y'all know, I don't care for holidays at all, really. I don't. So it really wouldn't make any sense for me to like really just go all out with this Juneteenth thing because everybody knows that I don't care for holidays. So it would be a farce, basically. But I feel like KJ said, it's the job of the people who really cares about holidays. So put pride in Juneteenth, like I get it. I won't knock anybody who wants to go all out, do this Juneteenth. And if y'all decide to do something for Juneteenth and you say you do, I'm with it because I get it. It makes sense, Bars.
Aphrodite said, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Aphrodite said, I do agree with that, but you can't make someone celebrate just because.
She was agreeing with Ryan's comment that said she thinks we should treat it like Carnival. If that's what it is.
Yes. Do y'all know what Carnival?
That's the parade in Brazil, right?
There's multiple, but basically, yes.
I mean, my only question then is think about the amount of holidays that have their significance to everybody differently. He doesn't treat Christmas like anything. Some people treat Christmas spiritually, like the actual religion, and then some people just treat it as a day to give other people presents. So then are you wanting Juneteenth to be a holiday just to say that it's a national holiday, or do you actually want to celebrate it? Columbus Day is a holiday that we miss school for, but do we celebrate it? No. Some people do. What's the day where Memorial Day? Some people put flags outside of their house. Some people honestly just they just take it as a day I'm off school. So Juneteenth is going to be as special as you make it.
Okay, but what I'm saying is
you have to have it on the calendar.
It needs to be important to our society. It needs to be important as a whole. Yes, you may not think, let's say Memorial Day, you may not take Memorial Day as serious, but there are a number of people who do take it serious, and it wouldn't have been serious if enough people didn't care about it to begin with.
So you're saying I need to care about it to make someone else care about it?
It should be taught. People, look.
Oh no, being taught is different.
Yes, but
That's
it should
education.
be celebrated. It should be celebrated.
It can be celebrated. But I'm not stopping you from celebrating
but what I'm saying is that if not enough people are celebrating it to begin with, it's not going to become as important as it should be.
Does it lose its meaning because nobody celebrated? Or is that meaning still there? Because
the meaning may be there, but if don't nobody know about it, what does it matter?
But it doesn't matter if anybody else know about it.
Celebration does not mean you know about it. If I teach my son what it is, he knows about it. Whether we celebrate it or go out in the streets and wave our black flags, my son knows what it is. Jarman knows what it is. When I tell him, this is the day the slaves were freed. Whether we go out in the streets and wave the banner does not take that away from us. It does not change that Theo is in the backyard right now with his black flag up. And I'm going to look at Theo and I'm going to go, Happy Juneteenth, Theo. But will I have a cookout in my backyard? No, probably not. I understand that you think if not enough people do it, no one's going to care. But me doing it is not going to make that person that doesn't care. They're either going to care or they're not. They know the meaning of it. That person knows today is the day that the slaves were freed. That is up to them to what they're going to celebrate it for. I don't celebrate Columbus Day. Columbus Day is on the calendar. I don't know when it is. I know what it's for. I don't celebrate it. I know when Juneteenth is. I know exactly what it's for. And I sit in my house. And I think.
Would you be upset if, let's say, Juneteenth became a national holiday? This is a day that everybody
Why are you
gets
speaking
off.
so soft?
Oh, I'm sorry. Let's say this Juneteenth became a day that everybody gets off work, like Columbus Day, like Memorial Day, all that good stuff. So now everybody celebrates it. But not everybody treats it as Juneteenth. It's just a day for people to get off work. isn't it losing its meaning at that point because people aren't
Has
celebrating?
Christmas lost its
I don't think
meaning?
it'll lose its
I'm
meaning.
I'm just asking.
No, what I'm saying is, has Christmas lost its meaning? Has
No.
the 4th of July
I
lost
feel like
its
it's to the
meaning?
person, but
Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
I think they have lost the meaning. Their
I don't
actual
think
meaning,
I don't think that they've lost
the
it.
meaning of 4th of July. You don't think the meaning has lost itself?
I think that there are people who
Somebody on Twitter said it makes a positive association with
Speak
the
up.
If somebody on Twitter said it makes a positive association with the holiday if you celebrate. What Theo was saying.
Yeah. Yes, everybody may not treat it as important as the next person, but if it's not educated well enough and it's not treated as something that should be celebrated, then I don't think anybody is gonna it won't get educated. We already see that we didn't even know about it until
Because no one told me.
Exactly. But people need to, I believe that people need to celebrate and teach it as a thing that should be celebrated. And in that way, it becomes super positive and important and great to everybody. And just because one black person doesn't treat it as Juneteenth doesn't mean that the meaning hasn't gone away. And the fact that Juneteenth can be celebrated as a national holiday also educate people who are not of color as well.
So
Ryan had a good comment. Ryan said so this was to reference to her carnival, which is a giant celebration.
Okay.
Not everyone celebrates carnival, but people who want to gather in the streets to symbolize the fights and fire of the people. It's a holiday that teaches history and celebrates heritage. I'm Trini and I celebrated it when I'm in the U.S. because it matters to my culture. Don't celebrate it if it doesn't matter. They have a giant parade, whereas some people are at home. They know why people are in the giant parade, but they are at home. If you do what you want to do and you make sure that you celebrate it enough, and I make sure that I still know what it is, and I make sure that I tell whoever asks me about it, or I educate people about it, we can do the same thing while not doing the same actions.
Well, I will say this.
They are in the streets. There's like a parade. Now, granted, what he could be saying, though, is we have to celebrate it to get to where people can
That's
form
what
a
I'm
parade.
saying.
But that's up to you to find people to do that.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
You don't even... Do you know if there's a community, though, to do that already?
Oh, no, I don't know.
Because there might be a community and you just don't know it.
I mean, there might be a community.
Is there a
but I
Juneteenth
believe-
community? If you know about a Juneteenth community, tag them in.
I believe there could probably be, and there is most likely a Juneteenth community. But what I'm also saying is that if I know there's a Juneteenth community and I want to be a part of that community, I believe that it's also at some point my responsibility to make sure that you two know and spread it out to some degree. It needs to be. I'm not saying that everybody has to celebrate in this grand fest, but it needs to be spread out. It needs to be thrown out there because we're not going to get to the point of carnival if we as black people don't at least spread it out and make it that important. I'm saying that it won't be anything until we make it something to begin with. And then, some black people can treat it as a fireworks day. Some white people can just treat it as a day off that doesn't demoralize how important it is. The importance of the day. Everybody didn't treat Columbus Day like it was an important day, but Columbus Day didn't go nowhere. People still got it off. It still got treated as a holiday. To some degree, people still knew about it. It was educated, even if it wasn't true. Columbus Day got educated and was given a day off, even though it wasn't true.
And doesn't get celebrated.
Yeah, but I mean, also Columbus Day isn't the type. I believe Juneteenth should be celebrated like the 4th of July. Like Christmas. Maybe not Christmas. No, like Christmas.
My man almost said no, not like Christmas.
No, like Christmas. But I feel like it should be celebrated. I feel like it should be celebrated to that degree.
I get what you're saying, though.
Yeah. I'm just saying that we as black people right now need to take the time to make sure it is spread out so that it becomes as important as it should be. The fact of it being on the calendar and being a national holiday means that it has been given some type of recognition at a high standard. And right now, it's not at that level of recognition whatsoever.
I got you. Hashtag spread Juneteenth.
Yeah,
like that's what I mean. That I know for a fact. I never really celebrated in the first day.
You don't know holidays.
I mean, but I know for a fact now it's Thanksgiving.
Hey, you should do on Twitter
hashtag spread Juneteenth.
Got you. But yeah,
Hashtag spread Juneteenth. Let's see it in the comments.
I would not celebrate. Well, not necessarily celebrate because I never did. But partake in Thanksgiving ever again, though.
I partake in Thanksgiving.
I wouldn't, bro. I didn't even care about the food for Thanksgiving anymore, bro.
Hold on.
No, it's not even just for the food.
Thanksgiving
it's like,
is another holiday that I don't celebrate it as Thanksgiving. I celebrate it as my mama cooks food for me day. I get a home cooked meal day. Also, Thanksgiving has again become less about the origin and just being thankful.
Well,
for
I think
what
that
you
it
have.
became less about the origin because more and more people came to realize that the origin wasn't true.
the origin was a bloodbath.
Yeah, like more and more people came to understand that.
Aphrodite, I see that you
It
love the
shouldn't be
comment,
so
but let me see that hashtag spread Juneteenth in the comment section, please. I'm just messing with you.
Factuals. Yeah, I Thanksgiving. That's one that's out the window now. I never really cared for holidays for real, but that's definitely one.
Education is what it all comes down to, really.
Factuals, and that
So
starts
I mean,
at
I
home.
get what you're saying.
That starts at home.
So
The bride has to start.
you
at
don't
home.
have
You
to be as
extend
wild
that.
as flinging
As-
the flag
yeah, but
around,
you-
but you need to at least
Yeah,
tell.
like when you have a son, yeah, you can teach your son about Juneteenth, but you should teach your son also
to have
to,
pride in
to
that day.
yeah, and to celebrate to some degree. Not that he has to go out and spread flags and everything that, but at least in that
Bust
day,
out the dashiki.
like at least on
What you
that
want
day,
to.
he should watch a black movie. Like celebrate in some way. Celebrate your skin tone and who you are in some way for that day because it matters.
Anybody just walking in, we're talking about Juneteenth and its importance. Juneteenth is the day that the slaves were freed, and we were talking about the holiday and celebrating it. And yeah, I would agree with that. I would say that you need to watch a black movie. And as trivial as that sounds, the watching of the black movie is again just being thankful for if this day never happened, we would not be
Yeah.
here.
Watch the right black movie.
Thank you, Ryan.
Watch the correct black movie.
What you mean?
Don't just go and watch it.
I'm gonna watch Get Out. No, Us, maybe.
No, I'm saying like don't watch Roots.
Or like on
Don't
Juneteenth,
don't watch shit like that.
or like on Juneteenth, only buy
Chris is
from
the realest.
black
He got us
businesses.
playing on the TV.
See, that's an issue. Don't
Yes,
only
in
buy,
the comment section.
don't only
I'm
buy
feeling
from
the
black
love.
businesses only on that day. That should be an ongoing thing.
I mean, yes, but on Juneteenth, you should make a
You
point.
should make it a point in general, though.
I mean,
That's
yes.
you should make that a point in general, because I don't see any way of us as people in America getting ahead in any way, shape, or form if we don't make that a priority. Support black business thoroughly. But
I mean-
that's getting off topic, though. That's getting off topic. That's a whole other topic.
I mean, just also, one thing I do think that holidays can do is holidays can help you build habits. So something like watching a black movie or going to support a black business on that day would one introduce you to that stuff. That's something you've never done before. And one thing people find it so hesitant to go, say, why do I need to watch a black movie? If Juneteenth did not happen, there would never be a black director. There would be no
So
movies.
not necessarily. So when you say celebrate, not necessarily like you said, go like to the extent of what most
Appreciate
people would do.
what the day gave you.
I think right now we should go to the extent. I believe right now we should go to the extent of waving our black flag and things
Okay,
like
I
that.
know.
Leo,
I'll
you
tell you.
can go that.
Yeah, you
But
can do that.
I
don't
only
have the,
feel like
I
that.
don't have the social battery.
I only feel
I
like
got all
that because in order to make it a national holiday, we have to be out and celebrating it in people's faces. They're not going to make it a national holiday if we're not doing it. Now, once it becomes a national holiday and things like that, you celebrate however so way you be. Black people should not be going to work and be going to school or what's not on Juneteenth. Because that is
Okay,
a day
I see what
for
you're
us.
saying.
Juneteenth is Juneteenth.
I see
School
what you're
wouldn't be a thing, but
I mean, true,
But-
school wouldn't be, but
I feel like
Aphrodite said we
I feel like I
can
should
role.
get off.
Aphrodite said we can role play.
But you say,
Hold on,
but
wait.
only
What
black
kind of
people,
role
though?
play are you doing on Juneteenth that's not weird?
Yeah, no, I'm not with that. Fuck that kind.
That's weird.
So
What?
should only black people get off on Juneteenth?
No.
no, everybody should get off on Juneteenth.
Okay, I
And
thought
I-
that's what you were
There's
saying.
Because
no
if
way you
nobody-
can regulate a
Yeah,
holiday.
That's,
and
I
go-
thought that's what he said.
No,
I'm
no.
like, bro, what?
But at the same time, like it needs to be like that's part of the treating it as a national holiday. Because now, if everybody's off on that day, you can bet it might not be 50,000 people or a million white people who go and look up Juneteenth, but at least 50,000 may. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And
I know
now
a
not
couple
only black
jobs.
people are educated. Now white people are
There are
educated.
more than two races. Stop saying that. Everybody. Just say everybody.
Okay,
Say
everybody.
everybody
Wait,
else.
I know there are some jobs that are giving people off for Juneteenth. Like my friend in Florida, she works at Home Depot.
Chris, elaborate a little
And,
bit while we're talking.
She's her job gave her Juneteenth off. Like
Yeah.
that they gave their entire business Juneteenth off And I feel like it starts with stuff like that with the businesses giving them this day off. Why you off today? It's only June 19th. Well,
again, businesses won't do that shit if we don't make it loud.
Well, be loud. Be loud for me.
If we don't make it
Go
loud.
be loud for me.
No, I can't be loud.
Yes,
for
you can. You can yell. If you yell right now.
You are your brother's keeper, right?
No.
If you yell right now, they go, if all three of us sitting right here and only you yell, they're gonna hear you yelling.
And they gonna
I was telling Chris to elaborate on his
okay.
comment.
Okay.
You
But-
yell, my fist is up. This
There
is
we
all
go.
I got.
And
This
I'm
is all the
just-
energy I got for you, big
And
dog.
I'm alive. While Chris is doing that, what's next? We'll come back to Chris's comment.
Next on the docket, we had the Got No Money, the PS5 thing.
Oh my gosh.
This
Okay.
was super hilarious.
We saw somebody's post today, and what was the exact? Actually, tag Q. I'm about to tag Q in here because he need to see this. Cause Aphrodite said it too.
So the post says, "Why is every hashtag PS5 post about women buying for y'all? Y'all grown ass men ain't got no money." So
Read that again.
It says, "Why is every hashtag PS5 post about a woman buying for y'all? Y'all grown ass men ain't got no money." So that was shared by Hugh
Hold on, and Aphrodite.
and Aphrodite.
Aphrodite and Hugh both said, "Why do women need to buy you a PS5? You ain't got no money."
You can put that in the live.
My bad. Go ahead and type that up. First of all, yes, she buying it to be nice.
You're right. You damn sure she buying it.
Why does every dumbass PS5 I spit on it Wi-Fi looking ass? I use an Ethernet cable.
All
It's
I'm
still
saying
Wi-Fi,
is that
but-
that post
It's not
is
letting
so
me.
goofy because it's like
It's not letting me.
it didn't let me pin it either. Cause it's like, why do I gotta pay for your rent? You ain't got no money. Why I need to pump your gas? You ain't got no arms.
Why I need to pay when we go out to eat? You ain't got no money?
So you telling me I got?
Why I need
Hold
to
on.
pay for your nails? You ain't got no money. Why I need to pay for your hair? You ain't got no money. Fuck you talking about?
If it's coming down to you ain't got no money, then we can be petty.
So let me put it to you like this: we gotta ask the girl out first. We gotta shoot our shot first. We gotta pay on the first date. We gotta make sure that you remain interested. I gotta ask you to actually be my girlfriend, and then I gotta propose. I gotta help set this shit up.
I gotta pay for your nails, your
What are you
feet,
doing? The least
your
you
hair,
can do.
and the least you can do is pay for a goddamn PS5.
The least you can do.
All this goddamn money I'm spending on you, I could have had 7 PS5s right now. Goddamn me.
Let's go back to the ring. How much are rings these days? Like,
Expensive. 7 PS5s
Now, hold
worth.
on. Let's set the precedent. let's set the precedent. We are not saying that we do not do those things because we care. We are saying the opposite.
I'm
do
saying
that.
I do these things because y'all make me do it.
No, that's you. Then.
Y'all make us do it.
You, and that's why you a simp.
I'm a simp?
Yup.
I'm a simp? No, fuck that.
I
'Cause
do
if
it
society didn't
because
tell
I
you
care,
No,
and
you
she should
don't.
buy me a
you
PS5
bullshit. You so
'cause she
full of
care.
shit. You
How?
so full of shit.
How?
If society didn't say we have to do everything, you wouldn't do it.
You a lot. Ryan,
if society
Ryan
never said-
Ryan said he sound hurt.
Hold on.
He sound like a simp.
If society had never been the male has to do and the female, if there was never gender roles, you would not be paying for shit today.
Hold on. We have gender roles. Me and April have gender roles. That is
Okay.
correct. There are things that I do that are not in my role.
And what is your role?
Huh?
And what is your role?
Pickle jar opening, lawnmower cutting in.
There we go, Chris. Rings will set you back 8 to 10 Xboxes / PS4s.
Now, Aphrodite said, nigga, we
5.
going half on bills and food. Oh, you better go half on that PS5.
You better
If
buy
it's-
that whole
hold on,
damn
hold on,
PS5.
Hold on.
So let's go half on
Hold
the
on.
ring then.
Hold on. She said, but if it's that new Xbox, I'll spend all my money on that for you, baby. She's an
And
Xbox
she's an
player.
Xbox. Yeah.
But if you have a relationship that's set up on half and everything like that, then I guess I understand.
Hell no, I don't.
Why?
No,
He's never taken
here's
care
my
of it. They're
thing,
halving
bro.
everything.
Here's my thing.
They're halving everything.
Hold on,
That's
here's my
fair.
thing. Here's my thing.
That's fair.
Hold on. Here's my thing.
Talk about her, though.
Hold on. Here's my thing.
Wait a minute, Aphrodite, you're the one that made the post.
Hold on.
How you gonna
If
talk
we
about half
going-
and half
I
when
don't
you
care.
made the post?
Hold on. I don't care if we going half and half. I promise you, if we was going half and half, at some point I was getting you gifts. right?
That's your
At
fault.
some point, I was getting gifts. So
That's
this
on you.
PS5,
That's
I
on
don't
you.
care if both of our money is in one bank
So you
account.
didn't do it 'cause
You
you
better
cared?
figure out a way to get that PS5 and
So
not
you-
let me see that the
so
money
you weren't-
disappeared.
so you weren't
Goddamn,
buying-
I don't even want to see the transaction. You better go open up your own goddamn bank account if you got to. I want to see a PS5 in my living room as a gift.
So
you hear me?
So you saying you weren't buying gifts because you cared? You were buying gifts because
I was buying gifts because I care, but your job now, I don't ever ask for shit, right? I don't ever ask for shit. So your common courtesy
You sound hurt.
is to at least go get that damn
Taylor.
PS5 and put it in this goddamn living room.
Taylor, the combo is a post was made, and it said, "Why do men say the women need to buy them a PS5? What, you ain't got no money? Like, basically, why do I need to buy it? You ain't got enough money to buy it yourself." Now, you sound hurt as well,
I don't give a damn.
and you a simp.
It's about expectations. It's about expectations. I expect to have some gifts, and
See,
if you
now
know,
look what you did. No, look, now you got us in trouble. PS5 niggas are crybabies. Look how Theo acting. Thanks.
hold on, how am I a crybaby?
You
How
sound
am I a
crybaby.
crybaby for saying that you as my girlfriend should have to
Did you see Ryan's comment? That wedding gonna set me back 50 PS5s. 50 PS5s.
You smoking dick.
simp.
All of it.
You smoking all types
Wait.
of dick.
Did y'all say the wife's, the bride's parents pay for everything?
I mean,
Yes.
that's true.
I
The
mean,
bride's
fuck
parents
all
is
that.
supposed to pay for everything.
Yeah, I ain't
So
saying
if you a smart male, you gonna marry a woman who parents got some money so that wedding ain't gonna cost you anything.
Chris corrected. Wedding is like 100 Xboxes.
A
The
real
ring.
wedding is like 100. It's more than 100 Xbox.
What's a real wedding, Theo?
A real wedding where you have to spend real money, nigga?
I feel
How
like
is that
a
a real
wedding
wedding?
shouldn't cost that fucking
Hold on.
much.
No, I'm
How
talking.
is
Oh,
that?
I'm sorry. Movie weddings.
Okay.
Movie weddings.
Yeah.
Gonna set you back
that
more
wa-
than 100
That wedding off
PS5s.
of Diary of a Mad Black Woman? No, not. Medea's Big Family Reunion. Medea's
No,
Family
bro,
Reunion.
fuck that wedding off for Crazy Rich Asians. I don't know if you
I
saw
haven't
that
seen
shit, but that woman was walking down the aisle, and the aisle started flooding with water with rose pet or cherry blossoms on
That's
the
just
water.
too fucking
That
much.
woman looked immaculate. You hear me? She looked like she was ready for that. That's gonna set you back $200-300.
That's a mortgage, nigga.
That's
a
worse
mortgage.
than a mortgage, my nigga.
No, see, there's no reason for a wedding to ever cost that much. No, I'm not gonna spend
think
all
if
this
you-
money just so you can walk down the aisle.
But I
like
don't
you
know,
broke.
man. I've seen
No.
some pretty nice weddings. And I'm not gonna lie, bro. If you got the money and it's not gonna set you back that far, I don't care. That mug is nice.
Well, if it ain't gonna set you back,
What wedding ain't setting you back? What nice wedding ain't setting you back to some degree?
People that got money,
To some degree.
people above me.
I'm sure
It
Jay-Z
ain't
can.
supposed to be setting me back, though. It's supposed to be setting her parents back. That ain't my problem. You hear me?
Okay then. So why can't somebody have a big wedding if their parents pay for
If
it?
their parents pay for it, you can have whatever the fuck you want. I don't give a
Yeah, you can
damn.
have whatever the fuck
If it
you
ain't
want.
coming out my bank account, I have a
Hold
damn.
on.
But
You-
if
you
it's coming
gave-
out of our bank account, we need to set some expectations.
Man, y'all petty.
Nah, I'm petty.
I'm petty.
You petty.
Hold on, bro. If
Because
it's coming
then
out
at
of
that
your
point-
bank
Oh
account,
my god.
Because
What?
then I'm
No,
going.
I'm. Oh
no,
my
because
gosh.
if it's coming out of my bank account, her people or whoever else gonna try to have they say something on how this wedding gonna go. Fuck all of
Let me
that.
tell you-
if
let me
I'm
ask you
paying
something.
for it, that's it.
Let me
When
ask
I
you
said
something.
go,
Y'all are making PS5 people
Hold
look
on.
real bad.
let
right
me
now.
let me ask
I'm
you
sure
something.
Xbox niggas.
No,
feel
this
the
a
same
whole
way.
different conversation.
Aphrodite said, "How you gonna change the conversation?"
No. I want to ask you a question.
Aphrodite said she'll buy a PS2 and just write PS5 on it. You're done. Leave my home.
Let me
You
ask you
just
something.
became single.
Let me ask
You
you
just
something.
became single.
If
Just
the
like that.
wedding was coming out of your
You've
pocket,
been
you
promoted
telling
to
me you
single.
ain't telling April that she need to have some expectations.
Sorry, what?
If the wedding was coming out of your pocket, you telling me you ain't telling April she need to have some expectations. That she need to start downgrading what she wants if it's coming out of your pocket. Your pocket 2 years from now, or 1 year from now, or right now, you telling me you ain't gonna tell April, hey, look, you have to set down them expectations.
April, no, my bank account look like I shouldn't have to tell her to set some expectations. She know what
I'm asking. That's a genuine question.
April knows what my bank account looks like, and she knows what her bank accounts look like.
Y'all
So she
saying
know what
that.
she can.
Aphrodite
afford.
said, don't get on KJ because he want to give April the wedding of her life. Y'all cheap bastards. They ain't got nothing to
Ain't
do
got
with
shit
cheat.
to do with
If it's
cheat.
coming out of our bank account, do you want to come out of this marriage and wedding with some money to go do some shit and buy a house and do whatever it is you want to do? Or do you want us to be broke and probably divorced a month after our wedding?
Not divorce.
Damn.
This man said divorce.
You don't think no one's ever gotten
it
divorced
sounds
because
like
of the wedding?
it sounds like you shouldn't have got married.
You don't think anybody's
You
ever
shouldn't have
gotten
got
divorced?
married.
I got you. Would you rather have this luxurious wedding and come out broke, but hey, you had a good wedding though? Or would you have a decent wedding, we have a ball-man's honeymoon, and we still come out with a little change
That
still in
depends
our
on the
account?
couple. Some women literally live for that day. So some women, yes, I had
If
a
you
great
live
wedding.
for the marriage, I mean,
No,
if you live for the wedding,
don't change my words.
but that's
Don't
what you
change
say. They
my
live
words.
for that day, the wedding.
Hold on.
Hey, Taylor
Just-
said McDonald's menu, dollar menu, gonna be at my reception if I gotta pay for it.
Ah! Hey, Taylor just trying to get married. Taylor the real one. Taylor's like, nigga, whatever we gotta do, let's do
All right,
it.
so if we're switching the, if
But
the
what
topic
you're
is
not
switching-
gonna do is
Right,
change my words. She can still value the marriage, but still live for. That's like I value graduating high school, but some people live for the graduate. Like it's still a ceremony. It's still an award ceremony, basically. If you win the spelling bee, you want that award ceremony, don't you? Does that make you not like the win anymore because you didn't? If you don't have to. Shut up.
You worked hard for that.
Shut up.
You worked hard for
Shut
that.
No, I'm
up.
trying to have that anime win where I don't, make no big deal out of it.
Chris gave us some facts. Chris gave us some facts about the industry. He said the wedding industry got its juice in the 1930s. Before that, people got married in their living room or backyard. Ryan
You see how
said.
big my backyard is.
Ryan
Yeah,
said now
right.
it's $1 billion industry. Average wedding is over $30K. Yeah,
See,
April
I'm
tells
not
me that
paying.
all the
I'm
time.
not paying $30K for no wedding, bro. I'm not
Ever.
paying $30K for a day.
There is zero need for a $30K wedding. I'm not
Aphrodite
understanding.
said, "I want my wedding and honeymoon like Twilight."
Did she almost die?
Yeah, she did, but not that part.
Okay.
I mean, she didn't die.
No, Aphrodite probably would want that part.
Aphrodite would want the almost death part. Kingpin said, "I'll take the dope honeymoon." I mean, again, it
That's
just
what I
depends.
see a lot of people our age talking about nowadays. Is
Like, I'll
skipping
take
the
a
wedding and going
decent
straight to
wedding
the
and go-
honeymoon.
Well, I wouldn't skip. Well, if my girl wanted a wedding, per se, sure.
I said
But-
I want an anime or gamer wedding. I would do that if I wasn't embarrassed. My family don't know how deep I am.
They don't.
My family don't know how deep I am in either of those things, and I'm not about to just.
Do we care though?
I'm not about to give them a heart attack, bro. My mom might pass out.
I would not.
My son is lame like this,
Because if I'm having an anime wedding, I'm coming in full cosplay
bro.
to that wedding.
My mom is gonna
100%.
pass. My son has been this lame for how long?
How did he make it to this day?
How in the hell did I
don't
not notice my son
understand.
lame like this?
Yeah, nah.
Listen, y'all don't want to know how deep in the anime. Actually, let me stop playing because then they're gonna think I'm a weeb. I'm not full weeaboo.
Bro, a lot of black people are pretty full weeb, dog. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of us are actually pretty.
Us, he's a weeb.
He is too.
Who?
Oh, JD's definitely a weeb, bro.
He does have a kimono. You're right.
JD is definitely a weeb.
Listen,
From a
And you
business-
getting there. You trying to hold it up as much
You
as
know
you
what?
can.
Look,
I don't have
But
nothing.
here's the thing: for us
Dragon Ball Z
Americans,
walk.
weeb is okay. For us Americans, weeb is okay. I'm okay with being an American weeb.
Taylor, it's okay, by the way.
No.
It's okay to just get the job done. I feel that. I know where your
I'll say
priorities
this.
lie.
I went as far as taking a Japanese class for a year so I can try to learn how to read.
Yeah, that felt.
Ken said, I don't
can
know.
still speak some shit.
Ken said, I don't know, because it's our first wedding, so us females would like to go all out, but at the end of the day,
Wedding, so you plan on
I'm
having a
not
second-
going to go crazy money-wise.
So you plan on having a second wedding?
I think everybody says they're not gonna go crazy money wise, but don't nobody know how expensive weddings are.
I mean, you do if you do your research beforehand.
Well,
Bruh,
I'm not doing that.
I'm not spending $500 on a wedding cake.
See, but you're picking outrageous numbers. A majority
That's-
of people in our tax bracket are not doing that. You're
I
talking
will.
about the rich people on TV
I
that you
will.
see
You
doing
think they
that.
only spending
You are not paying.
$500?
I will bet you $500 that you won't spend five. I don't care if you take your glasses off. I'll take mine
You think
off.
I'm not spending
No,
$500
you're
on
not.
that chocolate
You're
wedding
not.
cake?
You're not.
There we go.
You're not.
I am. That wedding cake is all I care about.
No,
What?
it's not. You want to know why? Hold on.
It's a,
Hold on. Don't talk to this amateur, inexperienced wedding person. He don't know a damn thing about weddings, and he over here talking about all this money that's getting spent, and he
Chris.
thinks he's going. Don't interrupt me.
I'm
Don't interrupt
I'm
me.
asking Chris.
I don't
He's
care
married.
about his
How much
question.
did you spend on your wedding cake?
That's Chris though. He's not Theo.
I'm asking him.
What I'm saying is, I know Theo, and unfortunately, because he's trying to make this bomb, all of these other expenses are gonna make him say, "Looks like I can't have a $500 cake." That's what's gonna
Oh
happen.
no, you got me smoking dick.
No, you
That
smoking
cake, the
dick.
first thing is getting broke, nigga.
Okay.
You hear me?
Read the
Everything
comment.
else gonna have to work around the cake price.
Anime and martial arts was sprung on the black community through movies in the 50s and 60s.
Facts.
Anime said, that's why I want to elope. Only reason why I'm having a wedding is for my mom. Chris said that they eloped in Vegas. I just said that.
Aphrodite said she want to have a Castlevania wedding. That wedding would be Dizzo.
No.
That would be kind of dope.
Didn't one of them get set on fire?
I mean,
Later on?
a lot of people died in Castlevania.
Sounds like Aphrodite agree with Theo. The best thing from the wedding is the cake. I don't care how much I have to spend.
Hey, look.
Ken, I'm with you. $500 for a cake?
I'm fine
I'll
with
bake you one for $50.
I'm fine with my
Yo, cake ain't as good as no wedding cake.
Right, but think about this.
You know what, Ken?
It's a cake.
I'll pay you that $50 if you send me a cake and it tastes just as good as a wedding cake. I will send you $50.
It's a cake.
There's different kinds of cakes.
That's
Cakes
true.
has different
Hold on,
levels.
but it's a cake.
Theo, that birthday cake
It
you
is a
got.
cake.
Hold on, that birthday cake you got was great, right?
Yeah.
That was only $30.
Yeah, but it could
So
be
how
better.
are you going?
It could be better.
The taste?
It could have been better.
The
I
taste?
went back there and I got
The
a chocolate
taste?
one and it wasn't even that great. That chocolate one was ass.
Bro, get out of here.
That chocolate one was ass. All I'm saying
So
is,
you saying, let's say $500 was outrageous.
It is.
Would you drop $500 on a wedding cake?
yes.
Theo gonna have an
Boy,
iced out cake.
Shut the fuck up.
The original
Fuck up.
comment was, ladies,
My
yes.
cake gonna have edible diamonds, nigga.
Bro, get out of here.
What you finish that
Ladies,
what you said.
her dry ass cake. Listen, ladies, y'all should buy your man the PS5 because you care.
Hashtag buy your man a PS5.
Hashtag buy your man a PS5. Where is that?
Hashtag treat your man.
Hashtag treat your man. That's what it
Hashtag
is.
treat your man. The fuck is wrong with y'all?
Because pussy is treating your man.
Bro,
Sex is not a gift.
Aphrodite coming to her sister life, bro.
Don't come for me, bro. Hashtag treat your man. Let's see it in the comments, fellas.
Put it in the comments.
Hashtag
Hashtag treat
treat
your man.
your man.
Hashtag treat your man.
Listen, we do things and we buy things for women because we are obligated to love them. Y'all need to buy me the PS5 because you are obligated to love me. Simple as that. It don't mean I'm broke. Can I go buy one myself? Yes.
But
I
should
want you
have
to buy it.
I want you to buy it. I don't want to see the price tag come out the bank account.
Oh no, I do.
I don't.
Because then I know.
I know I
she
don't.
bought it.
I don't want to know that it's coming. I want to come home one day
Hold on.
and see it set up in the living room.
What y'all are not gonna do is perverse my
What
hashtag.
you say?
The hashtag is hashtag treat your man. She said hashtag he better strip for that PS5. Actually, if we being honest though, if she bought him a PS5, he probably would strip for her though.
I would not.
What?
I'm not obligated to strip for you just because you bought me a PS5.
Okay, Theo, you obligated to do something.
You obligated to do something.
Whether that's cook her dinner that
How am
night,
I?
take her out
Wait, how am I
to
obligated
show your
do
appreciation.
anything? Women ain't out here appreciating us when we buy nails, when we buy hair.
So you
when
say,
we
hold on, because I'm gonna get him in trouble. So you saying when you get LJ shit, she don't appreciate it?
she ain't. Hold on.
Oh!
My man got
No.
squeezed for a second.
The times
He
that I
said,
have gotten LJ gifts, the times I have gotten LJ
You know you're
gifts,
fucked up, right?
The times I have gotten LJ's gift, she has not just gone around and be like, okay, I'm gonna cook him some dinner. Let's do this and that. No, that does not happen. That does not happen. When you buy somebody a gift,
You heard it here first.
And when you get somebody
Okay.
a gift, they should not be obligated to go and make you feel like, or they should not be obligated to go and then make you feel good for buying the gift.
LJ. I don't believe it, LJ. I don't believe what he's saying. But I just need you to know that he said it.
Taylor said, I'll buy it for myself for the New Horizon Dawn and he can play it when I let him.
You let him.
Hold on, Taylor the real one. She said, I'm going to buy it for me.
Look, all I'm saying
I will give you...
if I come home and I
One
see you,
PP touch.
if I come home
You
and
get
I see
1
you,
hour.
if I come home and I see you on that PS5 before I got to be on that PS5, I'm losing my mind.
If your girl is a PS5 player, though, would you feel the same way?
Yes,
Bro, you selfish.
because you got the
Man,
PS5
shit.
for me.
Hugh just came in the
So
comments.
wait.
No,
So
I
she-
need Hugh to explain himself. Hugh, I need you to explain that post that you shared that said, what did it say?
It said, why is every hashtag PS5 post about a woman buying for y'all? Y'all grown ass man ain't got no money?
Bruh, you a traitor. I thought you was here. I thought you was with nigga Galatians. Taylor,
You
that's
let down
okay.
the congregation, big dog.
That's
you let down
blasphemy.
down
Taylor.
the congregation.
Taylor, you real for that. She said, I'm about a PS5 for myself and I'm going to play it. And yes, Theo, you are required to either strip, cook some din-din, take her out to eat. Bro, how much is the PS5? How much is the PS5? How much is it? How much is it? How much is it?
$500.
So you telling me you're not gonna show her no appreciation if she buy you that?
I'll give you a thank you and get my ass on the system.
Wow.
I'll give you a thank you and get my ass on the system.
What? Nothing more than
So
that.
I don't get nothing when I give gifts.
hold on. That's between you and LJ.
Hold on, but you should not be obligated to make someone
So
feel
you
good for getting you a gift.
Bro, you spitting all.
So you give shit and expect shit in return.
What?
You give things just to.
I
for
give
you to
things to
expect
LJ
things.
without any expectation.
And what he's saying is because she don't do nothing to me, I'm not gonna give her no appreciation.
That's basically what you're
It's
saying.
not necessary. You shouldn't expect to be worshipped for getting somebody a gift.
Who told you to? First of all, who said to expect it and who said worship? I
Appreciate
said show
the
a little
PS5 big dog.
appreciation.
You're-
But your ass
Appreciation
said-
is a thank you. I love you.
Nigga, you
I
redlining.
appreciate it.
You redlining. That means you too loud.
Zoltan. Zoltan.
My man said he walked in the house, he see a brand new PS5 that he was like, bro, I can't buy it. And he talking about some thanks.
You might get pregnant. I ain't gonna stunt.
You might get pregnant?
Oh,
Hold on, let's read some of these comments. So Ken Kid said if my man treat me right and eating the kitty cat right, he can have any gaming system. Aphrodite said, first off, Theo, of course I would treat my man for no reason and buy him things just for no reason, but ain't no wrong messing with him just a little. See, she just saying this is a little joke. Chris said, Theo tripping. Can you imagine the session we gonna have if I bust my chick gaming? That's true. That's true.
come on, dog.
Theo,
gotta do
okay,
a little bit
that's because
more.
Theo.
Bro,
selfish.
first off, there is no way you expecting me to be doing jack shit when that PS5 is in that house.
That's why you.
There's no way.
You-
If
if
the
I come
moment
home-
that PS5 come on, the moment that PS5 come on, you telling me you getting up to do anything for the next 7 hours.
Bro, that's why when I come. If I come home,
You
Theo,
telling me you are.
Theo,
You getting
if I
up to
come,
do
if I
something
come home
for the rest of the night, you gonna take.
Whoa. See, you been putting words in my mouth.
Bruh.
I didn't say for the rest of the day.
bro, if I
She
come
can
home,
get 15 minutes of fame.
facts.
Y'all not talking
Now,
about
if I
15
come,
minutes.
dog,
Like,
if
y'all
I
say,
come home and
Let's
that
say an
PS5
hour.
is there,
Let's say 2 hours.
if I come
The
home,
PS5 is here. It's here now.
nah,
First of all, Hugh, you sounding awful quiet. Taurus, thank you for joining us. What I need you to put in the comments is hashtag treat your man. And I'm going to put it in there again.
factuals.
Treat your man. Folks on
What you
Twitter,
do is,
hashtag treat your
when
man.
you come home and you see that PS5, don't touch it. Like, all right, baby, let's go out. Because when you get home for the next 2 weeks, she is out of the picture.
You got to give her
You
some
gotta
time
give her her
because
props
you're
right
about
then
to
and
be...
there.
No, because LJ, when I could guarantee you, if LJ was to go and buy that PS5 and I came home and saw it, she expects me and wants me to be playing it. She don't want me to.
So she wants you to now spend the next 2 weeks doing nothing else but playing.
She wants me to spend the rest of the day playing it at least.
But you acting like you're not going to spend the
So
next
if
2
you go-
weeks playing.
Right, so you might
Because
as well
I know
take,
I am.
take that next extra hour and a half or two, take her out, do something right then and there. Because I know for a fact.
Aphrodite, you childish for that.
What she say?
She gonna turn it around, hashtag teach your woman. That's already the
That's
staple
already
and that's
standard.
already the expectation. Now, whether people are executing that is not up to me specifically, but it is already expected for the man to treat his woman. So hashtag treat your woman cannot be a movement. It's already here.
She is all lives matter to us.
She did.
You just all lives matter to us.
Chris said he can't use the pound sign. That's okay, Chris. We understand. In your years of wisdom, the pound sign, which is now called a hashtag.
My man just say pound sign for
He-
real.
my man
Oh
did.
my god,
He said that. He said that to be funny. He didn't mean that. He knows what a hashtag is.
Sharp.
Come on now.
Sharp.
Oh, LJ is just now watching.
Too late now.
LJ, I need you
No.
to scroll back.
No.
I won't say nothing.
Oh.
I need you to scroll back, and I need you to watch from a couple minutes back. I ain't gonna say what he said so we can move on, but I'm gonna need you to scroll back, and I'm gonna need
About
you to
10
grab your
minutes.
belt.
All I'm
About 10
saying
minutes.
is anytime LJ has gotten me a gift, she has expected, she wants to see me using or wearing or whatever that gift. Anytime LJ has gone and bought me a game, she wants to see me playing it.
So that's just a $60 game. Now, while that's great, and you can show
Okay,
your appreciation
so
later.
that's a $60
This is a
game.
$500
So
gaming
this
system.
is a $500 game. So you think LJ wants me to go and take her out on a date right then, or would she rather see me playing the game? She just
Why
spent
is
the
she
money
sitting here
on the
acting
box.
like LJ is a proud mom? I can't wait for you to get on that system and enjoy
No, but-
yourself.
Nah, dog.
Hold on, but that's my girlfriend. She enjoys watching me play them games.
Right, she can enjoy you watching. She
But
can enjoy
she
watching
just-
you play
but
the
she
game.
just bought it.
After,
But you said you don't need to show her no gratitude. You said thanks and hop on.
Appreciate it, big dog.
Y'all are saying gratitude like going and taking her out to eat. Y'all was not saying.
Hold on, that was one
Y'all was
example.
not saying 15-minute gratitude.
Hold on, that was
thank
one
you
example.
and kissing or whatever. Y'all
That
was saying
one example.
whatever, bro. Whatever, bro.
You,
I don't even need to hear you no more.
Laderick.
I don't even need to hear
Laderick
you
just
no
hopped
more.
on. Theo
You know
said-
what Laderick Passion AD gonna take.
That's rude. Laderick.
You know what he about to say. He about to say.
why you
he-
redlining it?
You
You
ain't
redlining it.
telling me.
You
You
redlining
ain't telling me. Laderick said anything different from what you said. Laderick
'Cause
gonna
you bored.
say.
You
Laderick gonna say,
selfish.
"Well, I gotta go cook her a 5-course meal."
Well,
See,
Laderick
after
was a
that, I
simp
gotta.
at one point.
You're a simp.
No. I'm not a simp, and we
Here,
all
here,
know
I got
that.
you. Hold on. No, I got you. Hashtag he a simp. He can get the PS5.
LJ just said, "If I pay all that money, I sleep. Do want to watch him play it immediately."
You wanna
My
hear-
boo is right.
LJ, I don't wanna
You
hear
saying
nothing ever
that?
again.
She's saying that.
She's saying that now.
She is not saying that.
She's saying that to save your face. Nah.
Now LJ, when you don't see him for a month, then what you gonna say? Also, no one said. By the way, this is also your problem because you keep changing the narrative. LJ, nobody said he cannot play it immediately. What he said though was, I don't need to show any gratitude.
I said that I don't need to show great amount of gratitude. I don't need.
You
if
said no gratitude.
No, what I said,
said
was
thanks.
if I said what I said, and I will say it again. If I buy you a gift, I do not expect to get some type of praise for buying you the gift.
No one's talking
What
about
I
you.
expect is a, oh my God, thank you, I really love it, and that be it.
You didn't say that. You said thanks.
First off, I did not do this.
Thanks.
But
You're-
thanks is it. If you buy a gift, it's a, oh my God, thank you. It doesn't need to be more than that. You don't need to praise the person or go take the person out for giving you a gift. They gave you a gift. You should like the gift, say thank you for the gift, and enjoy the gift at that
You
moment.
redlining.
I'll kick your ass, dude.
Zoltan.
Aphrodite said, first of all, my man already got all his shit done in 8. Of course he can play the game. Why buy it for him if you don't want him playing for hours? I'm a gamer. and
Everybody
I
on
understand
Twitter.
that. Not done in 8.
Fellas that's on Twitter. Should your girl be required to buy you the PS5 or Xbox? Do y'all think
Your
it should be
girl should-
required?
If you have been getting your girl gifts, your girl's required to get you gifts. And the PS5, if your girl know you a gamer and that you have been talking about the PS5, and anybody that is a gamer has definitely told the girl about the upcoming PS5, she should already be making plans to have that motherfucker in the house.
So, in regards to Aphrodite's statement earlier with her going half on everything, why is it wrong for y'all to go half on that PlayStation 5?
Because in most situations,
But if
I don't
y'all-
know about Aphrodite, but in most situations,
Done in
the
8.
guy is the one who is playing the PS5. In most situations, the
Already
guy is
got
the
all
one
his
who is
shit
using that
done in
PS5
8.
often. A gift should not be split in
Chris, that's
half.
funny.
Now, if both of you are gonna use that PS5 an equal amount of time and do the same shit on it, then very well, if you want to half that bitch, half that bitch.
Okay.
But if you know that I'm the one who's playing the PS5, it should be a gift. I should not have to half it. I do not make you half gifts. If I get you something, I don't tell you, okay, now that I got you that necklace, I need you to give me the other $200 that I spent on it. That half $200, I'm gonna need that from you because
Arguments are made. Arguments are made.
Aphrodite says if he just say thanks, I'm going to feel some type of way.
You got to remember, LJ isn't the normal woman. Also,
King
LJ
said,
is
no, it's
different.
not required, but if you love him, then nothing wrong with treating him. No, it's required. There are not very many things that are required, but that's one of them. The next game system is required.
it's a required gift.
They don't come out every year.
If you know your boyfriend sitting in the house playing 2K, then you know that that next gaming system need to be in that house.
Think about it like this. Think
What
about
you
the
think?
think about the amount of girls that say I have trouble like buying for my guy because I don't know what to get him because he don't really ask for shit. The system, that's your one time to shine.
System.
That's your time because men
Staple in
do
the
not
male
ask
community.
for stuff. And if a man does not ask for stuff, in most relationships y'all have seen, y'all have been in,
You ain't kidding.
what is the one thing your girlfriend can get you without having to think about it?
Hats, cologne, maybe a bow
Shoes.
tie.
But it's all a game.
Huh?
A game.
Actually, I don't want April buy me games. She can buy me the system, but not a game. I don't want
Oh,
April to buy
LJ
me a
has
game.
bought the game.
I don't want
But
April
it's
to
like,
buy me a game.
but like
If I
LJ does
only
not
want you to buy
buy.
me the game if
No,
I
no, no,
said
no,
the game.
LJ does not buy the game. She does not just go to GameStop and be like, ooh, that game looks good. Let me buy that. No, she has heard me talking about it.
Okay. Because don't just buy me no random
At that
game.
point, it is your job and requirement as the male to make sure she knows of what you want.
See, but sometimes I talk about a game, bro, but I slick like in thinking like if you're gonna go buy me a game, like if I'm talking about a game, but then she says, "Hey, I'm gonna go buy you a game," I might think of something else. I might think of a different game for her to go scoop.
Then that shouldn't be the game you're talking about out loud.
That's not my
that's
fault.
your fault. No, that's your fault.
Aphrodite said, "No, we've seen your hats." Now I know. Hold on. I'm not even tripping off of that because one thing you ain't gonna come at me about is my hat collection, girl. You can sit down with that one. Ain't shit you can say to me. I'm not worried about that.
Kinkin said what's required is some fresh drawers, t-shirts, and shoes.
That's not required.
Drawers and t-shirts are not required for the girlfriend to buy.
Shoes.
I don't think shoes are required, but shoes are definitely an easy gift you can get.
Required.
But that could be a required gift.
Nah, shoes ain't required.
If JD, shoes are a requirement. If you gonna give me some gifts, don't come in here with a shirt. Come in here with some shoes. Don't come in here with no.
He needs a shirt. It's not about what this kid
I have
wants.
clothes.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
Hey, the Zotan,
I just don't wear them.
The Zotan.
You ain't gonna keep coming for my life and my fucking wardrobe.
You wanna know what? That's fine. Then we're gonna go live in your closet and pull out everything you don't wear and see
And
how
then-
much clothes you got.
Because I just don't wear them and I don't go a damn place.
Okay, so we'll go to your closet
Man, fuck
and
that,
all the
bro.
clothes that you don't wear, we'll pull out and see how many
So
clothes
you all in
are
the
left.
comments, let us know what you think are required gifts that a girlfriend should get
Don't worry, Ryan.
for her
Yes, you will.
boyfriend. What are the required gifts? Things that you should be getting for your girlfriend.
That didn't come from me. It came from the horse's mouth.
What was that?
Don't say it.
What was that?
It came from the horse's mouth.
Oh, okay. Alright.
It came from the horse's mouth.
She did call you a simp.
Ain't no-
What's next on the docket,
Ain't
bro?
no simp in me, big dog. We know that.
I'm just saying, bro. She said it 3 times. She
Alright.
even said hashtag he's a simp.
No, it's okay.
Hashtag he's a
Nah,
simp.
not at
Bro,
all.
you wanna know what? I got you.
Nah, I play my game for bread and meat. If I
Hashtag
don't win, my kids don't
he's
eat.
a simp. Go ahead and put that on Twitter too. Hashtag he's a simp.
Nah,
So the next thing we had on the docket
In the
is,
comments, hashtag he's a simp.
yeah,
the next thing we had on the
got
docket is what is something terrifying that we have come to accept in life?
No gift is required. It comes from the heart. It's required to come from the heart. What you mean?
Well, hold on. No gifts are required unless your significant other's love language is gifts. My love language is gifts.
Mine isn't, but you're required to buy me a system.
Oh, I mean, a system is required regardless.
Yeah, that,
If your boyfriend plays video games, you need to know, you need to at least pay attention to when he's talking about it. Now, what she said, if you give me something, maybe baths and beyond and food.
Ray Lynn done joined the live. Ray Lynn, is it a requirement for a girlfriend to buy her gamer boyfriend?
it is a
A
requirement
new
for you
system.
to buy my brother a PS5.
Bro, Seth don't play that much. Seth is the exception.
It does not matter.
It
No,
does
Seth
matter.
is the exception, bro.
I
I'm
would-
sure he plays.
Not enough.
I haven't been playing. the
Not
game
enough to
often,
make
though,
it.
but-
Not enough. Not enough to make
But
it.
you know, Seth be hiding from us. He hide.
What's Ken? Did you miss the whole simp conversation? You want to know what a simp is? A person in the under the friend zone. So you have the friend zone, and then you got the simp zone.
Yeah.
If that helps explain it. If
A
not,
sap.
look it up on Urban Dictionary. A sucker.
a
sap.
sucker, thirsty.
Raylan said not if it's $7.95. It's not $7.95. I thought it was actually it's anywhere in between $500 and $700 or something like that. Raylan said no. Girl, yes it is. Stop playing. Well, see, it's not $7.95 when your boyfriend don't play that much.
But again, we don't know if he don't play that much. We know how Seth be on the system.
Nah, bro, I'm not hearing that.
We know how Seth be on the system. He be
I'm not
hiding
hearing
his gamer tag.
I don't have the energy for these guys.
King King got the
I just don't have the
Well, how did
energy.
your laugh redline like that? What was the next thing? What was the
Why
next
you
thing?
making fun of my laugh, bro?
I'm not making fun of your
Zoltan.
laugh.
You are
The
though.
Zoltan.
But you are.
Zoltan.
I'm David Ruffin.
Zoltan.
Okay, what's
My
your,
laugh is accepted. You
but he
did
plays enough for me to buy him a new
What's
one.
up, y'all?
Okay, are you required to buy him a new
My
one or
name is
not?
Virgil, and this is late night bullshit. This is Peanut Entertainment.
Ray said he plays enough for her to buy him a new one. A $7.95 one?
Hold on. So, he plays enough, eh?
Again, Seth be hiding on the
Seth is hiding
system,
from
bro.
us then.
You want to know what?
Seth is
I
hiding from
appreciate
us.
that. Hashtag where you at?
Fuck you at. Hashtag fuck you at.
Now the question was, what's something terrifying that you or we have come to accept as adults?
That
or in life?
Say that question again.
What's something terrifying that we have come to accept in life?
Raylan, I need you to tag Seth.
That
In the
I've come
comment
to
section.
accept that bills
Bust 'em
are
out.
never going to stop.
A terrifying fact that you've come to accept.
Bills are never going to stop.
What's something terrifying that we have come to accept in life? What?
That's not a terrifying fact for you.
Oh yeah, that's true.
That's not a terrifying fact for men.
Oh, that's true.
For the woman, maybe. Yeah.
Bills.
Yeah, bills. For me,
That's true. I would also say hard work does not always pay off.
Oh, that's definitely something I can't understand. Hard work, most of the time, don't get you shit.
Okay, hold on.
Bro, I
Doing
do
this
not
word
believe-
most of the time.
I do not believe that the traditional, if you work hard, you get places actually work.
That's
Well, it
because
depends
your
on
definition
what
of
avenue
working
are you
hard.
at.
Yeah, because you can't sit here and not actually work hard 100% of the time and then be mad when it doesn't work. I believe, I'm not going to sit here and say that most of the time hard work doesn't pay off. I just think people's definition of hard work is trying to have a balance of life, work, and whatever. Working hard means you said, forget my free time. I'm doing this until I see it all the way through. I think for the most part, if somebody does that, it works.
No, I don't.
So you can 100% say that you've worked hard all the time.
There was a point in time in my life where I focused exactly on what I needed to and the things that I had to do.
Since we've been friends,
Yes!
100% of the time.
When I was working 2 jobs and going to school, I was doing everything I could to try to make it through school and do the things that I needed to
You
do,
work-
and it did not work.
You literally, never mind, because that's not that.
No, go ahead.
You can't say you were giving 100 because you were working 2 jobs and because you were going to school does not mean you gave 100%. You were still hanging out with us instead of practicing, just like we were. You would still spend extra time somewhere else instead of doing what you were supposed to do for your major, which again doesn't matter, but you wanted me to say. It's not even a bad thing. That's normal. What I'm saying is you can't say hard work doesn't work because of that particular situation.
I believe that the traditional, if you work hard, you're gonna make it, is not true.
I said okay. I said I agree, but you said most of the time.
Another terrifying fact that I learned to accept that.
Aphrodite just said being an adult.
I get it.
Working, don't want to go too deep, but police brutality. I mean, technically, yeah, that's not getting
Social
too deep.
Security will be gone when I retire.
Social Security will be gone when you.
I knew that since
At high school, they told us that.
Yeah, they made sure we knew that. For me personally, it's that I may not ever be able to open up. I may not be able to ever open up. I don't think I know how to, and I've tried multiple
I
times,
don't
and
open up either, so.
I think I don't. I think I lack that ability, and I 100% feel like I don't. I would never be able to, and it's scary as hell because I want to. So it gets frustrating because like I want to be able to do that, but I can't.
Aphrodite said marrying the wrong person and wasting all those years with him. Wait, what? But the question was a terrifying fact, right? Is it a fact that you're gonna
Something
marry?
terrifying that you have come to accept in life. What is something terrifying that you have come to accept in life?
Oh, so she's already okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Keep paying $12.99 for Netflix, knowing their movies and shows are horrible.
I mean, their movies and shows aren't horrible, but whatever.
It was. Avatar saved them for me. I almost deleted it, and then Avatar showed up, and April wanted to watch it.
Because
I'm
you're a
like,
picky show watcher.
what? Wait, coming from you?
I watch a lot of shit.
Bro, how behind is this man on all the animes we've been watching?
He pretty behind. Yeah.
I'm not. I'm literally only not watching Clipping Game.
That sounds like he's behind.
What other shows do you watch?
I don't know.
Your punk ass.
I'm trying to think of another. The Social Security one hit me though. I was like, dang, I forgot.
Nah, I knew that since high school. Yeah,
Well, I knew it, but I forgot about it until she just said it.
I don't think they told us about Social Security in high school.
They didn't tell you wasn't getting your Social Security in high school?
I know. They
It was
told
at a
us.
high school or fresh. I
They
think a
told us,
teacher
like,
made a
we're
joke
not gonna
about
get
it.
it.
Like a joke. A
Yeah,
teacher
it
made a
wasn't
joke
nothing that was
about it.
actually taught, but that was something that our teachers.
But they were definitely like, yeah, by the time y'all are my age, y'all ain't gonna have no Social Security left. And I'm just like, what's that? What's that even mean, bro? And then once you come to find out what it does mean, see, that's why you need a 401k. That is your Social Security.
Facts.
Aphrodite said she understands you. The right person has to come along, and everything will just come out naturally. So she's talking about.
I don't believe that. I don't believe just because the right person comes around, you naturally start to open up. I don't believe that.
You may,
but they're the right one.
I love my girlfriend to death, but there's just a lot of things that I
on
cannot.
JD. You can have it.
Like there may be something like
there's
I may say something.
Yeah, there's so many things that I still can't just open up about and talk about or openly discuss. Like that's just me. I don't think that has to do with the significant other. That's you. If you cannot open up, that's you. That does not mean that you're significant.
Like you just don't have that ability, and that's okay.
Some people can bring stuff out of you.
Bring some things, yeah.
Yeah, but if you are naturally a person who does not open up, your significant other isn't gonna just one day make you open up about all the things that you kept secret your entire life.
That's assuming your significant other is the right one, though.
No, I mean, because like there are times where, like it's one of. So why did you say that to me? Well, I honestly just didn't think to do it. Not necessarily that you're purposely holding that in. It's just a lot of things you don't think about. Like you don't think to.
That also goes into what is she asking you to tell her though? Because sometimes people ask you to tell them stuff that you don't even think about. Like sometimes we might be talking about something and I don't even remember that we talked about it, and somebody could say, "Well, why didn't you tell me that?" And I'll be like, you seem to know more about it than I do. I don't even remember. There's a difference between not opening up versus not knowing, like not remembering something. Like if you're holding something in and you're not talking to them, that's not opening up. That's not the same as I legit don't even remember the conversation.
Well, I'm not saying not remember the conversation. It's like something happened and it may have affected you, and then like you got over it. Like you just easily got over it. I get over things easily sometimes. So then you can.
It up a week later.
Mikey's on her, so I'm gonna refrain. Fuck it. Fuck you. Yeah. So I might not bring it up in that moment, and then I forget about it, or I get over it. But then it'll come out again later on, and then she's like, "Why didn't you bring that up?" I'm like, honestly, I just don't think to do that. I honestly believe I don't have that ability to just kind of express myself.
Aphrodite said that what she's saying is that she can't make you or anything, but sometimes it just flies out without us thinking. It's like sometimes maybe something, that she said, oh, Chris asked her why she's so guarded. She said it's a long story. Kid says she's the same way, and she agrees that there's no one that can make me open up, no matter how hard they try. She just tries to keep everything to herself. Maybe Jarmon could be that.
Another
everyday, regular, normal guy.
Another fear of mine is also that I may not be able. Well, I may fall short. I may fall short with my children. There may be an area where I fall short with them, and that may affect them.
Well, say the saying again. What was the question again?
What are some you are terrified that you have come to accept in life? What is something that's terrifying that
terrifies you? Yeah, okay, that you come to accept.
And I've accepted that there may be an area in my child's life where I may fall short. And
I've accepted that
I can't be good at everything I want to be.
I've accepted that I probably wouldn't be a good father.
I mean, that's pretty terrifying.
God, that's terrifying.
I've just accepted it. I probably would not be a good father because I'm too selfish.
I feel like
I'm too selfish. I'm too.
I wouldn't be a good father. I feel like none of us would be a good father right now.
Well, that doesn't. No, I don't believe that saying counts because there's a lot of people who say that having a kid can change you. You either have the father mentality in you or you don't.
I can agree with that. Some of those traits are a thing. I mean, but at the same time, sometimes having the kid can bring out a trait that you've never had to experience. Like you haven't had something confront you that has forced you to not be selfish. I don't think you're that selfish, but maybe you haven't had something to force you to not be that way. Like what?
It don't matter.
Because a kid is going to force you.
But there's definitely been things in my life where I've had to make a hard decision. Am I gonna do this for this person, or am I gonna take it and do this for me? And I've definitely picked me over other people.
Well, but I feel like that's different because that's another person. That's your child. So I feel like mentally, like you're gonna be like.
I think some
You also have to deal with the consequences of you choosing yourself over that child.
I think some people know that they do not have a fatherly mentality in them. I think there are people who know that they are not bred to be a parent. I think that people just know whether they have a kid or not, they know I do not have parent mentalities in me, and I do not think that having a kid is going to change that. And I do not think that having a kid will change the fundamental way that I think.
I think people can believe that. Aphrodite said Theo will probably push his son's ass out the way to get on the PS5.
My kid would have to have his own PS5.
Definitely, my child's not.
I already know that, bro. Because if I'm still gaming at the time that I have kids, which is possible, my kid has to have his own shit because you ain't touching mine.
Yeah. Mikey was very nice about it. Yeah, and he let me play. That was the family system. I played the PlayStation 2 until I ended up getting my own. But then when he got a PlayStation 3, I had an Xbox 360.
I was about to say my dad had an Xbox and I had the PlayStation.
I had the 360. So at that point, that's when we separated.
I mean, my only thought to that, and I mean, again, it's not gonna matter until whatever happens. But at one point, let's be real. Like we, just like how he, we think he gonna be alone forever. Like at one point, we thought you was gonna be alone forever too. And you kind of said like, I don't think I have room for somebody else. And yet here we are. And you would now have given, not just had a significant other, by the way. You have completely changed personalities.
That is facts.
I think that kids are different.
They are different.
I feel like
Now they're actually your LJ's not your responsibility.
Yes,
you
but
take care of.
Yeah, but if you don't have those qualities to take care and literally be someone's responsibility or have someone be dependent on you all the time. I have dogs and I don't even be getting up to take them out sometimes.
Those are dogs.
Some people treat their dogs like it's children.
But you don't.
You
don't value your dogs like children. We know you don't.
My thing is, I believe people know whether they have parenting qualities in who they are or not. And I think you know if you are going to be a good father or not. And I just don't think I have those qualities. I don't think that having a child is going to awaken brand new qualities in me that I've never had.
I mean, that's your right to believe it. So, I mean, it won't happen technically until it happens. Or it doesn't. The world may never know. April said having children, period. Which, April is so wishy-washy, bro. Some days she'll be like, let's have 6 kids. And then now she's talking about I'm afraid to have kids.
April's not going to want 6 kids.
First of all, I don't care if April wants 6 kids. I'm not having 6 kids. She gonna have 6 kids with somebody else.
Y'all tag Red Bull. I'm trying to get sponsored by Red Bull.
Tag Red Bull. Hashtag Red Bull. What's the next one?
Last thing on the docket.
He had to get that out loud. Loud and proud. Hashtag on the docket.
The last thing on the docket is how do you guys feel about guns in your home?
Just to read this out loud, my bad. One thing is, there's one thing to not have parental instinct, another to not put in the effort. She said, nope, not true. I've seen a lot that said the same thing you are saying. And next thing you know, they're saying being a dad. It's basically going to come down to if you deal with it, you'll know. And if not, you're not. Because, I mean, honestly, I feel what you're saying. Like, at this point in time, like, I don't see that happening. And nobody really does. And I feel that. So,
would you adopt your child? Would you put your child up for adoption?
He just said he didn't.
I'm asking.
Thank you, Ryan. Ryan, you're the best.
If me and LJ both said we do not think we're ready to have children, and LJ was against having an abortion, or if it was too late, I would definitely put that kid up for adoption. You should not have a kid if you are not ready to take care of a kid.
Why are you so?
If you would say yes. If you say yes, then I 100% believe you now.
Aphrodite is an anarchist.
But here's the thing: if you're not ready, if you have the conversation with your significant other, or if the woman is by herself and she does not think that she can take care of a kid, or she's not in a place where she can handle, and what's most important is the financial part of having a kid. You should not have a kid. You should give that babies. And everybody wants babies. There's all types of people around the world who want to take care of a baby, who want a brand new baby in their life. If you do not think at the very least you can handle the basic necessities of the financial part of taking care of a kid, you should not have a kid. And I say that because I have come from an upbringing where, and some of you two might have also had that upbringing where you might not have eaten for 1 or 2 days or 3 days, or you might not have had, or you had to go so without that you did not know what having was. If you are going to have a kid, you need to be able to give them the bare necessity. If you cannot give them the bare necessities, you need to give that kid to someone who can give that kid a life that can have some type of success in it and where they don't have to struggle every day.
Thank you, Kinkin.
That's what I mean. If you are not ready to have a kid, you don't need to have the kid. There's no reason to put kids on this earth to damage them years down the line.
Facts.
I hate people who get pregnant and it's like, I'm going to keep this kid for the sake of I just had a kid. It is better for you to give that kid to someone who's going to be able to give that kid the life that a kid should have rather than keep a kid and have a damaged kid because you could not give in the first place. You could not do in the first place. That is selfish. That is foolish. We have seen way too many people of our age who had upbringings that was horrible and they had to. We have seen people that we know who are still living in them shitty conditions because they couldn't get over their upbringing. We have people like us who had to fight our upbringing and fight the things that we saw just to get to where we are. And where we are isn't even like this magnificent place. Where we are is like the bare necessities of where people our age should be. If you cannot give a kid the upbringing that a kid and the support that the kid should have, you should not have a kid. Put it up for adoption or get an abortion. Don't keep the kid for the sake of I'm having a kid. That's stupid. That's the dumbest shit to me. Factual. If you don't believe in abortion, very well. You don't have to abort the kid. Give the kid to somebody who got money, who can give the kid some type of life. That's all I got to say about that. I didn't want to keep going because I was on a tangent. That shit was pissing me. I hate that shit. I hate that shit so much.
I was letting you get that out.
I hate that shit so much. Aphrodite said, I completely understand where Theo is coming from because postpartum is serious. I've had it and it sounds stupid, but I've almost killed myself just because I thought I was a horrible mom because I couldn't breastfeed him. Especially if you are not financially ready or have... Damn. When you get another comment and mess my spot up, bro. It sounds stupid that I almost killed myself just because... Jeez, I keep losing my spot. I thought I was a horrible mom because I couldn't breastfeed him, especially if you're not financially ready or have family who will help you. But I'm honestly glad that I took up the role and I couldn't ask for anything more. Chris said Theo asking for an overhaul of the whole hood. No more baby daddies. But it's the truth. Hashtag no more baby daddies. It's the truth. If you cannot take care of a kid, there is no reason to keep it. There is no reason to keep it out of the pure sake that you got pregnant by accident. If you got pregnant by accident, but you're in a place where you know you can take care of the kid and give the kid the right type of life that the kid needs to be nurtured and grow and have success, very well. But if you had a kid and you still living with your parents or you a roommate with somebody because you can't get your own place, you can't pay your own bills, you can't feed yourself half the time, there is no reason why you should still have that kid in your life.
Bro, my nigga said you reading like Mayweather, bro.
Damn.
Hashtag reading like Mayweather, bro.
Damn.
What was the next topic on the docket?
I just think everybody just... take it as you want. I think it's all circumstantial, but I mean, again, I understand where your opinion comes from. So there's nothing you can say against it, honestly.
So what do you think about it?
I mean, I would say based on your experience, I would feel the same way. I mean, and my mom had me when she shouldn't have, or my mom and my dad had me when she shouldn't have. But at the same time, I don't know what life I would enjoy if she decided to make that decision. I mean, I am here and I act the way I am now because of that decision that she made. But at the same time, I understand what you're saying. And, I get that. So.
Same.
But if my mama gave me up, I don't know, man. Especially just because of the relationship I have with her.
I mean, yeah, you obviously couldn't know now, but if your mom gave you up before you knew anything, you would be a different person. But the hope is...
And I would just hope that I would be better, I guess.
Well, and that's up to the parents. If that's up,
because I could get lost in the adoption system.
Yeah, but
Which I've seen
when
a lot
you
of
were
people get fucked over with.
yeah, but here's my thing: if you were gonna put your kid up for adoption, you need to be vetting whoever's gonna adopt your kid prior to having the child. There are systems in place so that if you know that you're not gonna keep this child, you can find somebody to take. You can meet the person, you can meet their home, you can meet their values, you can make sure it all lines up to who you give the child to. You don't just give it up to adoption. A brand new baby, you have the choice of who you want to give that child to.
Well,
But usually they give it to an adoption, like a clinic, like the actual adoption center that then handles that for you.
There are processes where you get to make those decisions.
No, I know of those processes. I'm saying that's not what the majority of the country is doing.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They should do. If you're gonna have a child and you know that you're not ready to have that kid, you should be vetting the people who's gonna take their kid. You should decide who's gonna take your child.
Well, now you've got to take care of the child until you find somebody.
Again, you can find that. Oh, if it takes you longer than 9 months, you may be just being.
Well, you just said vet them. I mean, you want to make sure they have a better life. I mean,
Yeah, but there's a system. The system is in place so that the way the system works is so that when the baby is born, you have decided where the baby is going. By the time the baby is born, you have decided where the baby is going. Hopefully.
That's if they find candidates in your area, in your state. That just depends on your system.
I don't think it has to be in your state.
What I'm saying is depends. It depends on the people that are viable and the people that are able to.
True. If there are no good candidates, then yeah.
So then, while you're doing this, now you're taking care of this child. It's almost like a dog. Like I could never foster a dog because in the 2 weeks that I'm gonna have that dog, I'm gonna build a connection with that dog, and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to now give the dog up. I knew the dog was going back.
If you haven't found anybody by the time the baby is born, then yeah, you should give it to the clinic to handle the adoption stuff.
So you're saying
if you keep the
while you're pregnant.
Yeah, if you keep the well, I almost said dog. If you keep the baby, of course it's gonna be difficult for you to give the baby up 2 weeks down the line when you finally find somebody, because that's still a kid and that's still your blood. And your adoption, you got to give that baby up. You can't keep the baby and then hope that you're gonna be able to give the baby up when the time comes.
Kiki said her mom had her at 17, didn't have much, but she did the best she could. And that's just circumstantial.
Yeah,
it's one of those, if you do it, I can't fault you.
Like my mom had me when she was, I can't remember, but it was young.
You ain't had enough stories? I feel like you should know that age.
I don't.
Really?
But
my mom used to say that shit all the time.
My mom had me at a young age, and I ended up great or whatever. But there's a chance that I wouldn't have. There's a high chance with the situations that we had growing up and some of the stuff that we had to deal with that I could have ended up in the streets. Definitely, there was definitely a more of like a 75 to 25% chance that I was going to the streets. There was a 75% chance I was going to live in the streets rather than being where I am now. I just happened to get, I broke some of those things that some people that we know get stuck in. I just had different mentality. But there are people that we know who can't get past that mentality.
But think about the amount of people that you know have it. I mean, all three of us literally had parents that had us at young ages. Everybody cannot give their children up for adoption. There's not going to be enough people to adopt if everybody doing it.
I mean, true.
Like Chris said, you trying to overhaul the whole hood. The whole hood, everybody's having kids at 16, 17, 18, 19. Aphrodite had hers at 20. What was the one joke? Like, who can raise their hand and is like 22 or something and hasn't had a kid or hasn't been it's something like that. But everybody can't do it. So if you do it, we can't fault you. If not, you just hope.
I'm just saying that it should at least be done more often.
That's just up to people to be more responsible. Just be more responsible. Then you don't have to worry about all that. Just be responsible.
I feel like you can't. I
Stop out here busting in everybody raw.
You can't. I feel like it's contradicting to be like, I don't want a kid, but I don't want to have an abortion either. It's like,
bro, stop.
I feel like that.
Stop being irresponsible.
Yeah.
You busting in everybody raw. You doing all of this nonsense. I'm not going to say you have to take birth control because I'm not a woman and I know how crappy that stuff is on your body. But stop being stupid. Be responsible. And then that doesn't have to be the issue. don't put yourself in that situation. If you're in a spot where you can't financially take care of a kid, stop putting yourself in a position where you potentially have to do that. Because then you're going to come down to that hard decision, and now this kid's life is up to chance. Either you give them up for adoption and hope they have the best, or you keep them and hope for the best at the same time, and then you run into either we are here or you end up in the streets. Just be responsible. What's the next one? I apologize.
That was it.
No, there was the last thing. Huh?
We reached time.
Oh, okay. Black people have the most teenage pregnancies worldwide. I don't know the stats, but I believe you. I'm not going to say you're wrong. I'll assume you got it from somewhere. I would believe it. I'm not going to lie to you, bro. Almost every friend that I've ever had that was black, they were had at like a super young age.
Yeah.
Like in between 16 and 19. Somewhere in there.
In middle school, all I could remember was people talking about how young their parents were. We would trip if someone's parent was over like 40 years old.
Have to take birth
It's
control.
to the point where if I hear some, like April's parents, how old are they, like 50 something now?
Bro, April's
Like,
parents didn't have them until like almost
when
30.
she told me that, I'm like, your parents are how old?
But in the black community, if you that old having children, that's weird. That's a
weird.
problem.
Like, that's an issue.
That's a problem.
I'm like, what?
It should be.
That
Well,
doesn't
they
even
kind of
make.
old.
It should be a problem that we're acting like having children at the age of 30 is old. Having
Right.
You having
Well, for a woman, that's kind of
most of us shouldn't be having children until the age of between like 27 and 35.
Hold on, you gotta take the woman into consideration.
Right, the women into because it's
I'd say 24.
20 like
24,
20 I'm
25.
saying like 25
What's up,
to
Clay?
30. It's about the age where you should start having children if you want children.
Bro, I'm 24.
But
no,
people-
I'm 25.
people in our
Shut
co-
up.
people
Don't
in our
speak that into
community-
my life.
People in our community are having children at 16, 17, 18, 20, 21, and you ain't even got your life together. You ain't even got a house yet, and we having children.
That's because we're at a young age. We're
We're not
placed
really
with
young
this thing.
Hey, look at Clay Bernard coming into the
What?
live.
age. We're not
What's
young.
up, bro?
Chris said we have to educate the kids better. Stop making sex taboo without explaining it to the youngsters. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Sex was never even like made to seem taboo when I was a kid. Nobody told me it was taboo. Now I'm not gonna lie, the abstinence people did scare me a little bit. That whole sex in the ear stuff and like, bro,
That shit was weird.
somebody legit said that your dick would fall off if you had sex too early.
That was a thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
abstinence thing.
Yes, and they legitimately said your body knows when it's too early, so if you just wait till marriage, it'll never happen. But if you have sex too early, it's gonna fall off.
So they just had people come. To
And
your
I'm
school.
like, how does that work? Do I bleed out? How does it just fall off?
I ain't gonna lie. When I was younger, I used to think that.
Ryan's Aphrodite said, men have birth control. Give us women a break. I literally said I know what it does, how much. Well, I don't know, but I said
Wait, there's male birth control?
nigga, you knew that. We had this conversation like months
None of
ago.
that's
Vasectomy.
certified.
No. We had birth
That is
control.
certified.
But we can just have a vasectomy.
Yes, it's certified. Ryan said her parents had her at 34. They are old now. 34.
That's late.
That's
That's
late.
like for a woman, isn't it? Isn't
I
34 reaching
I think it's
that?
like
I
the
feel
back
like that's
end.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of.
That's like the risky. Like you either. I don't know
Like
though,
you
because I'm
might-
not a woman.
April said they only waited because they were married for 8 years. They wanted to live their lives before kids.
So
That's understandable.
What age did they get married then?
I don't know. April, what age did they get married? I mean, 8 years, probably somewhere around 24, 25, I assume. That's a lot. Yes. That sounds about right.
My uncle just had his kid. He's 27.
King said, by the time I turn 30, if I don't have no kids, I'm not having none at all. I feel that. No, I don't.
I don't feel that because I'm not a woman. That's all. That's a woman's body and everything.
Bro, by the time
I'd
she
be down, bro.
turns-
If I was gonna have a kid, I would definitely be having a conversation of surrogates. And I only say that
24 and 26.
I only say that because sometimes when women have one of the biggest things you hear is when a woman has a baby, her body changes and then she doesn't feel sexy. Sometimes the male doesn't find his significant other body appealing anymore or anything like
Really?
that. That definitely happens. Yes.
Wait, what?
Like, I've
when
heard-
you're
Oh,
significant-
during the pregnancy?
yeah, or after
I
the
find-
pregnancy.
Like,
I find that,
I
like,
can't.
that's the stuff that's almost unacceptable.
Like that.
Like, you knew this
blows
was
my
gonna
mind
happen.
when I hear people say that, and to hear you say that, that lets me know that other people are actually saying this. Maybe it's just because I
Oh,
hang
no,
around
it's
some
real.
real
It's
people.
real.
It's real.
So it's like if I like,
But here's my
like,
thing.
if I
If
ever
you
heard a
know,
nigga
if
saying
you
that
know
shit.
that that's the type of thing, like I know that that's a thing that can
I know it's
happen.
coming.
I know that it can come. I know that there might be a chance that I can react in that way. I can end up reacting
Bro,
in the
she's
way that
going
I
to
do
get
not.
bigger.
Yeah.
All of that.
I would immediately start talking about surrogates. Immediately. Because if there's someone that is willing to carry the child and it has a chance of saving us from all that other bullshit that
He's
comes
saying,
with
I'm
having
going
a
to let
kid,
you be ugly.
I will let you. If that's
I'ma
something you
call
want to
you
do,
ugly.
if that's
Oh,
something the
man.
surrogate wants to do very
Surrogacy's
well, because
expensive.
now that's true. It is
Hell
expensive. It is
Ryan-
expensive.
Ryan said they had another kid after her. What the hell? Ryan said hers got married at 23, waited 5 years before the first kid. Ken said, well, the way these guys set up, look like I'm going to be adopting. Listen, bro, if you're to the point where I understand a woman not feeling sexy when she's pregnant. I get that.
And
part of
after.
it. And after.
after.
I get all
I
of
get
that.
it. I get the woman.
But if
thinking
you're
that.
the dude and you're making her, if you're validating that feeling of hers, bro, you're a piece of shit.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
it's trash. Like
Ass.
I pray to God I never run into a man
You knew
actually
this-
saying that shit. in
You
front
knew
of me.
this whole time that she was probably going to poop on the table. And you thought her body was going to be okay afterwards?
Wait, what?
Yeah,
What
what
is
did
that?
shit on themselves? Well, I had to say it like that.
I know,
yes.
but it was just the way it
But,
way
I
it
mean,
came
it's the
out.
truth.
When it said
Men
poop on
know-
the table, I was like, who?
Men know that type of stuff happened, and then
I might have to
afterwards,
laugh about it.
they still, you
Yeah,
know,
some of you like
find
guys,
they still find their wives unattractive and things like that. And it's
Hell
like,
no. I would have. It's crazy. Maybe
Most
I'm weird,
likely,
but
I would just go get some Asian sperm and have the doc to put it in my eggs. I'll just get some work done after I
You
have my
fetishizing
baby.
Asian people?
You do.
I don't.
Match made in harmony. Ryan said the shooters get some work done after she has the baby. I mean, that granted, that's also an interesting conversation that I don't think I hear about enough either. Is granted, I'm not a woman, so I'm not saying nobody has to do this.
yeah.
But have that conversation before y'all had kids. Like, hey, how do you feel about us working together? If you feel like, you're gonna maybe feel unsexy afterwards, how do you feel about us?
How can I?
How can I help you get back to maybe where you want to be? If you want to get back, like,
I feel like as a man,
That's
you
one of
should
those-
not just let her. Even if you don't think that, like, even if you still find her like the most attractive woman ever, if you see a woman is feeling that way, you shouldn't just. I understand sometimes you just let your woman feel the way she feels and the fact
That ain't one of
phase
them
out.
times.
That ain't one of them.
I
times.
feel like some of that comes also from having the baby itself.
Yeah,
think
yeah.
No, but I'm not talking about for the woman's side. I'm talking about for the man's side. When you have a baby, immediately your life becomes about that baby. That first year is hell. Getting up at all hours of the night, being exhausted, all that crazy stuff that goes with to having a newborn. I feel like sometimes all that, the sexy and stuff get lost in the exhaustion, in being exhausted. You know, maybe the men aren't trying to make their significant or their wives feel like they are unsexy or whatever. But when you're exhausted and you don't even have the energy to stay awake, you don't have the energy to miss what you're
Why you
thinking.
not having sex with me no more? I'm tired.
Like sometimes it's just
Aren't
a case
you?
of you too exhausted.
I'm tired, aren't you? You talking about sex? I'm talking about bed. Let's go cuddle.
Fun fact: women are incredibly horny during pregnancy.
Yes, we know.
What was that?
I don't know what it was. I don't know, bro. I don't even want to talk.
Nah, whenever I say something, you be trying to come for my life, bro.
Now from there, you all let us know what you think down in the comments. We're gonna go ahead and wrap up for the night for this session of late night bullshit. Let us know if any of you would like to see any specific guest on the show. If you would like to be a guest, please DM us. We are currently putting people on the calendar for being guests and things like that. So
Yeah, we are in, I guess, we'll say Nashville just to make it easy for you. If you're close enough and you want to make that drive, that's not a problem. We're trying to get in the works to be able to set up, like, have people join via streaming. But as you can see, we're playing with a lot of stuff, so we're not going to throw too much on our plate so we don't keep having issues. But that is in the works. But please, 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 if you want to come on the show and you want to have a good time, I mean, as you've seen from the last couple of guests we have, I mean, we treat you right when you come visit us. So, I mean, we have a good time.
Yep.
But oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt your wrap up.
No, you're fine. Other than that, everybody, please remember to share this live when it's done with and everything. Thank you for all the comments. Thank you for all of your support.
Hashtag tag the simp. Hashtag share this live.
Hashtag treat your man.
Hashtag treat your man.
And the most important one, hashtag spread Juneteenth.
Oh yeah. Hashtag spread Juneteenth. I'll put it in the comments.
Yeah. Hashtag spread Juneteenth. And outside of that, everybody, again, it's Virgil.
Let's see that on your Facebook profiles. Actually, can we do that? Can y'all do that for us? Can you put hashtag Juneteenth on your profile? Please tag us in it so we can see it and we can share it as well. Because I do understand the point he was making that it does need to be celebrated. And even if you don't want to wave the black flag, you can still do what you can do. Hashtag Juneteenth. At Tune Up Entertainment, please tag us so we can share your post as well.
Yes.
We'd love to shout you out. We'd love to shout out your celebration. Help it spread for people that don't know about it. Help them understand what it is. We would appreciate that. I mean, we want to do it for you. Do it for us. We help each other.
And outside of that, everybody, again, it's Virgil.
Ruffin, KJ.
Omega Melody.
And we'll see you guys next Thursday. Have a great night.